Welcome to the second Consortium Fleet Trials tournament.
This
I'm
is
Owl.
Feathers, and
Indeed.
I'm Splinter. And how are we
We'll
gonna
be.
figure out these subpools? You have it pre-planned?
I will get to that in a moment. So we'll set up. The first subpool is Joyous, Extirp, Circe, and Debris. Joyous.
Who's this dude?
Which
Oh,
one?
this is I am Bob. Okay, got it.
Yeah. Iron Sleeves is Circe.
Okay. Do you want me to put in a certain order?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, the thumbnail
right.
algorithm's a little weird. It is what it is. Okay.
Just a couple things to before we begin. For anyone who's just joining us now and hasn't read the rule set already, we're running with the Iron Hand Consortium faction. Total fleet budget is 32,000p per fleet. Just double that as the last one. Subpool format. We're going to be running 3 subpools here. And yeah. Thanks to everyone who submitted. Lots of interesting ones this time. So let's get started and take a look at the submissions from Subpool 1.
And then we get to watch Debris' instant W. Okay, do you want to go through these guys first?
Yeah, let's take a look. So we've got, rather, not Debris, but Extirp's Hardened Brass Fleet. He's got these pretty varied fleet, actually. He's got these little hell ships, which are they're relatively small actually, but quite fast moving, and they've got a big disruptor cannon on them. We didn't see any of those in the last tournament, but they're spinal mounted, very powerful spinal mounted beam weapons.
I feel like we can probably cover details when the fight starts, because we can then zoom in on these. But
anyway, might as well.
I guess we can just see ship counts from here, I guess.
Yeah, so he's got a couple of these disruptor ships, a missile ship, and a bunch of smaller stuff.
Alrighty. Okay.
Debris going with a full set of missile fighters.
Oh?
That should be interesting.
Scary. And really red and blue?
Yes, and then this is mostly a rusher fleet from Joyce. It's got a big capital and some smaller rushers. The capital actually stays at somewhat longer range.
Oh, okay.
And then we've got the OCG Iron Sleeves battleship from Circe, who has a single huge 32,000p battleship with some carrier capacity as well.
You ready? We're ready?
Yeah, so without further ado, let us begin.
Alright, we're starting.
First subpool. Okay, pause. By the way, one thing, Splinter, just to note, with the asteroids, just in general, anytime asteroids are on, don't pause right at the start of the battle, but give it. Right? Yeah, the ones at the it's just a bug with the game. This time it might be fine, but yeah, you'll see one of them gets launched. Anyway, not a big deal. So first up, we've got Extirp's Hardened Brass Fleet. He's got these little ships here, which are, I think he called them death cubes or something.
Yeah, I saw them as death cubes.
But they're little, like, torpedo and missile boats. Lots of thrusters, both forward and back.
I feel like you can use smaller thrusters if you really want to go faster.
Yeah,
they're pretty small.
Yeah, they're interesting. We'll see how well they work. We've also got these,
That looks cool. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the main ship here, the most expensive one at least, which is sort of a mid-ranged support ship carrying a lot of missiles. And then we've got these, I believe you call them the Hells.
Is this supposed to be bent like that? Oh
Yeah,
yeah, 'cause
it's got a
arc,
very
right?
Disruptor has a very small
Arc.
turret angle. It's not
Okay.
truly slimal. But he's got a Disruptor and some interceptors on those. And we've got these rushers, Gatling or assault cannon rushers, assault cannon and
Is that
carronade.
precision artillery?
Nope,
Am I
carronades.
missing carronades?
I did buff. I remember the carronades were rather underpowered,
I think they're still
or at least considered to be in the last
tier.
last turn. We'll see. We'll see. They're currently they're
Be precision
in my own testing. The carronades are quite strong now.
though.
To the point that I'm actually considering reducing the buff they got.
Really?
But anyhow, we'll see how they turn out.
Maybe I just didn't get the update. And then would that be
The
right?
you did install the most recent version of the files I gave you, right?
Okay. I see.
Yeah.
Lots.
Anyhow, yeah, actually I remember you did. And this is Debris. This was an interesting fleet. I had been wondering since the first tournament whether we'd see any of these. But these are a fleet of purely missile tigers. And IHC is not a very fast faction, but this fleet puts half of its entire budget into just thrusters. So they're actually quite mobile.
Thick.
And then we've got
they got good HP to mass ratios.
yeah, and lots of Viper missiles. A lot of Viper missiles. Literally, this fleet has 50% of its cost in thrusters, and 50% of its cost in Viper missiles, and absolutely nothing else.
Any torps? No.
Nope. Just Viper missiles and thrusters, which is a very interesting choice. We will see how well that works.
Said instant dub. Alright, are you ready?
And yeah, no anti-drone capability on Debris' ship, or Debris' fleet, but that might be okay, being as, at least in this match, being as Extra also doesn't really have any drones.
Starting. Oh, there's
yeah, that's one asteroid field getting launched. Okay, so missiles coming out of Debris' fleet. You can see just the massive volleys. They're focusing fire very well, immediately taking out two of the rushers on Extrap's side.
Debris is cold and clinical with these barrages.
Yeah, just very, very hard-hitting missile volleys.
Very scary.
Wow,
Predator.
that was fast. Yeah, Debris' fleet is legitimately quite scary. Even with this flak, there are actually enough missiles to break through the flak screens.
His wallet, he's made a good purchase.
Yes.
think these disruptors are doing.
I have found things which I know there's some skepticism people had expressed about whether or not the Viper missiles were actually good, but I think we're seeing them proven here to be worth their cost.
Missiles are always
the very
good
convincing win from Debris there.
Crushed.
Next up, we've got Joyous against Exter.
Is Mako? With
this is his. We've seen Exter's fleet already, but for Joyce's, he's got his capital ship, the Mako, named after a type of shark. Yeah, the tailless shark. In this case, it's got a bunch of energy sphere cannons, 4 of them, some flak. It is a little bit lightly armored for its cost. I think it's an 8,000 point ship.
Totally not.
So it's quite expensive. Lots of firepower though, and it's got some gunships as well.
Is the blue black armor or red armor?
I'm trying to remember. I believe the blue is the light armor, and it's got it's got heavy armor on the outside and light armor on the inside.
Alrighty.
We'll see how that works out for him. It's got mostly forward thrust, very little reverse. This is the only ship in the fleet that actually is meant to keep its distance somewhat.
Never mind.
The rest of the fleet is entirely rushers.
Ooh, nice.
So you've got these little ones. Those sort of lateral lines of dark material are those are the super heavy reinforced armor.
I see.
So even those little bands of black are actually like as durable as an entire layer of the blue armor. So those add just more durability than you'd expect from the sides.
Well, debris.
And
maybe
these
that's
are
the only way you win. Oh,
these sort of longer.
I'll say breaching chargers.
Yeah, these longer ships are pure torpedo destroyers. They're pretty fast and have a lot of torques.
I see.
And then we've got these, I think the first breaching charge ships we've seen. I don't think we saw any last tournament.
They're kind of.
But these are, yeah, these breaching charges you can see at the front. It's got 3 of them.
Turning.
They are single-use burst weapons. They fire once and then that's it. You get 1 shot only. But very
purple. I see.
Yeah, very high burst damage. And what else have they got on them?
Plasma packets.
Oh yeah, 1 plasma packet launcher, a couple of torpedo launchers. Oh, one thing I'll note about those as well is that I believe both the rangefinder and the breaching charges are set to primary fire. So in theory, what they should do is fire off move into close range with the breaching charges, fire them off, and then retreat. We'll see if that actually works in practice. I'm not sure.
All right, we ready?
Yeah.
All right, starting up. And some asteroids flying.
Yeah, just have to wait a little next time. Anyway, so we're seeing them start to close
Disruptor
in. Yeah, disruptor ships are.
Do you see any breaches?
I haven't seen any breaching charges fire yet, just because the disruptors have been knocking them out before they get in range.
Sure.
Ooh, we're seeing torpedo hits though from the destroyers on Joyce's side.
I see some
one of Exturp's disruptor ships is down already.
Who's firing the lasers? Is that this?
Lasers, yeah. There's a fairly sizable laser array, I believe, set to point defense on the Mako.
Scattered.
Yeah. The lasers are decent long-range point defense. They don't work very well at close range, but as long-range point defense, they're not bad.
I mean, it's got a cool effect, just lighting up the sky.
The points so far are strongly in Joyce's favor here. The torpedo destroyers in particular have just been wrecking stuff.
As we can see from Debris' fight, it's... Exturp doesn't have a great
torpedoes are really the thing to be using against rushers like this. Close-range ships.
Oh, I think that was a breach charge.
That was indeed a breaching charge shot. It was a little off-center, but...
See some black.
Ooh. Exturp's capital should not be closing in like that.
Well, Hell is...
But it did survive.
Raising Hell.
2 Hells, yeah. Just 1 shot immediately takes out one of Joyce's destroyers.
Good work.
It's good to see people using disruptors. We didn't see any of them last tournament, but yeah, you can see how powerful they are. Those are that was I think a 2,500 P ship, immediately taken out by 1 disruptor shot.
Doing work.
And we're actually seeing 1 firing on the on Joyce's capital now, the Mako. But we've got 2 of Joyce's rushers moving in to flank
Very
the
even
Hell.
points.
Oh, and breaching charge shot takes out the Hell.
Although he needs this one to work.
There's 1 left and continuing to fire. Yeah.
I think it's the last one, right?
Yeah, that's Exturp's last ship.
Might be blocked by the little one.
Let's see. Yeah, little rusher coming in to distract.
And he misses. That's gonna be
whiff shot on the disruptor. Yeah.
Close, very close.
And goes down. So Joyce takes the win.
Well,
now we've got Exturp. Wait a few seconds. Okay, it's fine. We've got Exturp up against this was Cersei with his Iron Sleeves battleship.
Oh, I thought this was the forward end. Okay,
No. So this is the first. I know it does kind of look like it could be the other way around.
Like
but
the base. Good.
Yeah, it's a very cool ship. This is the first single ship submission we've seen in this tournament. He's got a whole bunch of... This is basically a big battleship or battle carrier design. It's got a pretty sizable battery of the... I think these are the heavy artillery cannons, and then up front we see a whole bunch of light artillery. It's got a bunch of, I think probably the largest laser array in the entire tournament. Not in a single cluster, but a number of smaller arrays. If I remember correctly, they are set to point defense, so they are this ship's anti-missile system, or at least its long-range anti-missile and anti-drone. And then it's also got a fair amount of flak for close range.
I keep on thinking the reactors are charged weapons because they don't have glowing balls in the normal vanilla reassembly.
And
Lights?
Despite being mainly a battleship, it does have some carrier capabilities here. It's got a fair number of interceptors to give it defense against enemy bombers, and a few bombers of its own.
Alright,
yeah.
These lights in the middle, though, I don't know. That's not symmetrical. Oh, actually, maybe is it? No.
Yeah, there's a little in there.
Alright. Yeah.
Oh, one thing I should point out while it's on my mind, the reactors, in a change from last tournament, are much more explosive now. So we'll see if it comes into play here, but if those get destroyed, they will take out a sizable chunk of the ship. That might actually be the reason for some of the reactors having been moved to the front. It might be so that... I see there's nothing particularly important placed immediately around them, so it may have been done so that if the reactors are destroyed, they don't take too much with them.
I should have made more antennas on mine. Good job. Alright, we'll be starting very soon. You see the lasers already in effect.
Yep, the laser arrays beginning to do their work. Okay. So opening up, we can see the lots of artillery barrages coming out of the Iron Sleeves battleship. It's reversing, keeping its distance, as it should be. It outranges everything on the extra
really
side.
Wants to flank it. I'm dead.
No, that's not the hell. It's one of the cheaper rushers, which is what that ship should be doing, really. Giving time for the basically just they're going to die, but they're buying time for the Hells and the other heavy hitters on Excerpt's side to close in a bit.
Verse is pretty fast.
Yeah, the Iron Sleeves. I was impressed at its rear acceleration. It backs off pretty well. We're seeing it's starting to get cornered, but by this point it's taken out most of Excerpt's fleet. Just hasn't been able to close quickly enough.
Bathing in some flak, but
yeah, and very good showing from Cersei and his battleship. It just kept its distance and bombarded. We'll see if it manages to do that again. I will say Excerpt's ships are relatively lightly armored, so with all this artillery firepower on the battleship from Cersei, they can't really take many hits from that. Like you see, every time the heavy artillery on the battleship fires, pretty much each shot kills one of Excerpt's ships.
Oh, the disruptors finally land a hit, but it hasn't even made it past
they're only at the edge of their range. You can see when the disruptor shots kind of plume out at them is the end of their range.
I like how Debris just wants to save money on
that was
power.
a whiff shot.
So he just gets missiles instead.
Yeah, the launchables on IHC all have very low energy cost.
And
Cersei gets the win.
Drones have no energy cost, right? Because I thought that was a typo.
They have an energy cost, but it's very low.
I see.
All IHC launchables are quite cheap energy-wise. So we've got Debris against Joyous now. This is honestly just going to be a question of whether or not Debris can keep his distance.
He's blasting them. I don't know if Cersei has enough PD for this.
Yeah, Joyce's fleet is very light on PD, except for the flagship. The flagship has a good bit, but oh hey Laps.
Hello.
Glad you could join us. Yeah, there's a sizable amount of PD on the flagship, the Mako, but not enough for this amount of missiles.
Debris is cornered though, but I wonder who the cornered person
Debris is cornered, but there is just not enough of Joyce's fleet left to deal with this.
Who is who? Haha. Alright, Laps, who do you want to know about who?
And once again, debris just cleaning up here.
Alright, I'm Splinter, and you can say something.
I am Owl Laps. Hello.
Hello, Laps. This is what we sound like. Hello. Crap. I still can't.
Debris is indeed making debris.
I don't know. He's probably leaving no survivors. Not even debris. He's
Yeah,
blasting.
partially the lack of debris. Actually, you'll notice I since last time I made the cores explode due to debris bug with the game. Should cause less AI jank. And yeah, MGW, the missiles are very accurate at long range. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what the correct balance for these are. I know they were considered to be, or at least a number of people thought they were kind of underpowered last time, but debris is certainly showing their worth here.
Debris doesn't think so, huh?
I did find that sufficient investment in laser point defense does actually completely shut this fleet down.
How much
which is
the investment? What the investment
I
cost?
didn't do exhaustive testing on it, but I will note that we have one fleet in this subpool which has a lot of laser PD, that being Cersei and his Iron Sleeves battleship.
Well, and then we find out.
Indeed.
Right.
Let's see if it's enough. I don't.
It is
quite
not
know.
enough.
Not enough to fully shut it down. It is taking out a lot of it, though. You can see the points loss on Cersei's side is quite low compared to everyone else.
Maybe it's enough. I'm seeing.
You can just see this absolute laser show here.
I think he has. It's a matter of if he can take out the forward laser cluster.
Yeah, at the same time, though, we do have. I will note that Cersei's Iron Sleeves battleship is it's got its bomber and interceptor waves out, and debris has basically no countermeasures against those. So the fighter and bomber numbers from Cersei's side are beginning to build up here.
I think the flak is enough to whittle out a lot.
Yeah,
and then the
flak and missiles combined. Flak is most effective as point defense when used on slower battleships like this, because they stay protected behind the flak clouds.
Keep on thinking these asteroids will block, but they do not.
Yeah.
Good job, Cersei.
Cersei putting on a very good showing here. Debris' fleet was terrifying, looking to be a pretty terrifying one, but we can see him just cleaning up here. The bombers just accumulating, and even the interceptors here, which actually have pretty good damage in the absence of point defense. Just focusing down debris ships. And although he was able to break through Cersei's PD at first with some of his ships down now, he no longer has enough missiles to get any hits in at all.
Pew pew.
And Cersei takes the first round.
Shots, but
yeah, they have little plasma spear, little versions of the plasma spear gun.
I see.
We'll see if this round's good. If this round goes the same way. So far, it's looking like it will.
Don't think he can cut through.
No, the flak's flak and between the flak and the laser arrays, they're just really fitting out those missiles before they get in range. The laser point defense is very bad at taking down missiles coming from different directions, but since Debris' fleet just sits at long range, firing from roughly the same direction, they're able to retarget quickly enough.
Are we bringing in 2 winners from each subpool, or 1?
1 to 2, depending on time. I'm currently thinking 2.
Okay. So you might be able to sneak in some more instant dubs on other unsuspecting foes, Mr. Debris.
I would like to see 2 from each, I think. Yeah, so far this is looking to be going the same way. We've seen 2 of Debris' ships go down so far, so the missiles, there just aren't as many of them anymore, and none of them are getting point defense. I don't see a way Yeah, see, even with interceptors normally are very weak to point defense, but Debris doesn't really have any.
Oh, that one. That reactor definitely exploded.
That was the core explosion, I think. Yeah, just an absolute swarm of interceptors and bombers shredding through Debris' fleet with nothing to counter them. Okay.
Joyce can go for the triple
We've
tie,
got
though.
Joyous up against... This should be an interesting one because Debris' fleet is meant to be primarily short-range rushers that get in surround and torpedo, whereas Cersei wants to keep his range.
Well, those
We're seeing
balls are doing
yeah,
heavy damage. It's going to be a three-way tie.
lots of energy sphere hits just ripping out the front of Cersei's ship, but at the same time, Joyce's flagship has gone down. The one actually firing those energy spheres is now dead.
Yep, it's not good news for Joyce, then.
Lots of good torpedo hits from the destroyers, though.
Oh, the Russians have finally launched
big
their
chunk taken
breach charge.
Got a destroyer coming in from the side.
This is looking
that,
really good
that
for
was
Joyce.
Quite a torpedo volley. We'll see if he can repeat that. If he can't, and he does.
Good job, Joyce.
Cersei's fleet goes down, just outswarmed. He has been surrounded and torpedoed to death. Seeing once again, bit of an unlucky spawn from Joyous with the Mako up front. But it's immediately getting targeted and hasn't died yet though. The looks like one of the rushers managed to distract. Nope.
Oh, now it's turning on its side. Ah, this might not.
Ooh, that was a nasty breaching charge shot. Took out all of the fighters on one side. All the fighter
next salvo of.
Ooh, another good breaching charge shot. That almost killed it, actually. If that had punctured the reactor, I think that would have been a kill shot. But as it stands, we've got quite a bit of damage here. 2 destroyers closing in and just ripping out the entire front of the battleship.
No, Exter, you're not free. You put up a good fight.
I don't think there's enough point defense left to defend against all of these missiles and torpedoes coming in.
Hey, fighter base on the outside is for the aesthetic.
Points are still in favor of Cersei, but we'll see if he can survive long enough not to happen.
I really doubt it. All of his guns are gone, and then it's a matter of time before burns.
Ooh, that torpedo hit might be... Yeah.
Yep.
That doesn't... Yeah, torpedoes, as we're seeing... Huh. We've got a 3-way tie here.
Looks like it was not 1 or 2, it was actually 3. Well, it was the
I guess we may have to push 3 up to the finals.
I'm excited. Alright, congrats.
Alright, yeah, congrats to all 3 of you, really. That was a pretty even pool.
Congrats to you all.
Let me just make note of that, and we'll be back in a moment.
I tried interceptors. I really dislike them. They just die in flat clouds way too easily, in my opinion.
So it was Joyce, Cersei, and Debris, yes?
Mm-hmm. Don't worry, Exter. You have an Exter.
Debris, with regard to that comment, the interceptors, you could do a pure interceptor fleet, but they're very susceptible to point defense, especially the flak.
Hey, I said the exact same thing. Cool. We are great news.
Right. Oh, Splinter, before you move on to the next pool, would you mind pulling up the background asteroids?
Sure.
We'll just going to switch to spiky crystals instead of long spiky.
Do you want to change color?
Yeah, let's go to green instead of blue, and spiky instead of long spiky. I am just going to grab some water. I'll be right back.
Spiky's a whole 4-line block, right? Better. I'll take that as a yes.
And I return.
Welcome back. You want me to reload the?
Yes, if you could. Just run the reload command.
Which command do you want? Is like reload?
Just reload. Alright. So, second pool now. Or second sub-pool, rather. Should be I am Bob. He is the null fleet.
Got it.
Something went weird with his name. Barracuda Ace. Yeah, that's a good idea. His is first come first serve, top right. We've got Floof.
Oh, hello, Floof.
Top left. With his
Yeah, of course that's
the one with the incredibly long name.
It looks excellent. I can't wait.
It does. We've got skill does not take skill. Down in the bottom right.
This thing?
Yeah.
Got it.
And finally, we've got Lyle.
Oh, is this a 5 pool? Okay.
Yes, this is, we're having 2 pools of 4 and 1 pool of 5.
Left.
Alrighty, so this is the second sub-pool. We've got a number of first-time competitors here. We've got I am Bob, who he says he built this in like 10 minutes, and this is his first submission ever to the tournament, so glad you could join us, and hope to be seeing you again in the future.
Be fun to see that in detail. I imagine. I wonder what these in these slats. I'm gonna assume thrusters.
Those are thrusters. We've got Barracuda Ace, who is also a first-time competitor. Pretty interesting setup here. Some rushers into flagship.
Yes.
We've got Floof, who we've seen again, and I like this fleet very much.
I like the 15k more than this blobby 7k one, but we'll see it in more detail later.
Oh. I will, yeah, we'll take a closer look at this, at all of these, really.
10,000 P station. Damn it, Floof.
Skill, returning from last time with his old micro carriers and adding in some rushers.
Kind of looks like Laps's ships, or I mean a smaller, tiny version of his.
And finally, we've got Lyle, who participated in the last tournament as well with a sort of an aesthetic, more than functional mech fleet.
I said Mintorper? I think that's what I was thinking. Yeah, sorry.
Very interesting submission this time.
He hits 32.
Take a closer look.
32,000? I'm proud.
Lyolf's, I think this is his second tournament he's ever submitted to.
Alright, we are beginning.
Remember to wait a couple seconds. Pause.
Is it green?
Nice. Okay, so first up we've got I am Bob up against Barracuda Ace. So I am Bob here has got a number of these Locust ships.
Locust?
The Locust
Lasers?
drones, I think this is the first time we've seen them actually.
Reactor?
But they're melee drones. They latch onto enemy ships and just kind of burrow into them.
Thruster.
We've got disruptor ships, kind of in a similar vein to the ones Excerpt brought, but with lots and lots of thrusters.
Little curly armor pieces.
It's pretty lightly. All of these really are pretty lightly armored. Yeah, there are lots of autocannons. I think they're on point defense.
It's okay. Lightly armored things are pretty cool.
We'll see if they can keep their range, and these are unarmed, I believe. I think they're purely just distractors.
I see. Oh, we're allowed to have those. Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, because of the fact that the IHC cores actually cost 100p each, I didn't see strong reason to disallow unarmed ships.
They have a little PD thing on it, right? Because when I go to bindings, I know the cores have a little.
Oh, it's fake. It's just to trick the AI.
Got it.
It prevents execution behavior.
I see some
packets. So over on Barracuda's side, yeah, we've got these couple of heavy carronades and plasma packet launchers on the rushers, and then we've got Yeah, this one big flagship. I believe this
on the
is...
flagship. That's fun.
Yeah, surprisingly. I thought that was kind of an interesting choice. We'll see how well that works out.
That'll be fun to watch.
But he's got some of the newly added super heavy artillery. These triple barreled.
What a
They're very long range, hit very hard.
They're pretty expensive.
Yeah, they're very sluggish weapons. They are heavy, slow turning, slow firing, but they hit really hard. And a few bombers and gunships.
And some missiles.
Those are the actually every type of missile. He's got a few Viper missiles, a few barrage missiles, and some torpedoes as well.
I forgot about barrage missiles.
Honestly, for a first-time competitor, this is a very this looks quite strong.
This will be very fun.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. So these are the battle between the two first-time submitters.
And I and Bob will need a lot of luck for this one, I anticipate.
Yes, probably. He seems to be a little bit outgunned here. But welcome. By the way, welcome to both of you guys. Glad you could join, and hope to be seeing more of you both in future.
Yeah, the tournament life is a fun and sometimes brutal one, so we shall see.
Yes.
All right, unpausing now.
Yep. Let's go. Seeing some disruptor shots over by and Bob, but none of them landing just yet.
Grenades and packets are landing. So
a couple of disruptors just completely shredding one of Barracuda Ace's brawlers.
Flagship is still.
In fact, very effectively sniping out those brawlers with his disruptor chips.
Barracuda's down to.
Doing a good job of keeping their range.
Flagship and its escort.
So far, Barracuda's ahead on points because he's killed off all of the smaller ships.
Things like just strafe because of how much side thrust they have.
Yeah, they're very good. They're quite well behaved actually, but fragile, unfortunately.
Looks like super artillery
and we're seeing that fighting them,
giving its edge. I think it outranges Disruptor, right?
It does.
Yeah.
Disruptors have similar range to light artillery, I believe, but medium heavy and super heavy artillery easily outranges them. Let's see how this one goes. This is a pretty this match can really go either way depending on exactly how it plays out.
I don't know. I think the range
in this case
is
if Iron Bob was able to focus down Barracuda's flagship early on, I think he might have a chance. But in this case, by the time he cleans up the rest of Barracuda's fleet,
those disruptors are.
That was a very good hit. Another one dead center might do it, but no.
No.
And Barracuda takes the win.
All right. This is what I
now we
for.
See Floof.
Green crystals.
Yeah. So this is Floof's fleet, Ultima Classic. I'm not sure how to pronounce his fleet's name.
Ultima Classic. What? Oh wait. No, I don't know. Clasem.
Yeah, I'm not actually sure of the pronunciation of that.
Somme Malorum.
Nonetheless, it's Latin, and I have the.
What, Mundus?
I have the translation of his entire fleet.
Doesn't even look like the Iron Hand palette, to be honest.
It is called the translation of his fleet name.
Ultimate
is the Last Fleet of Woes World Configuration. Very cool looking design. It's almost, to me, it has sort of like a Gothic architectural sort of styling to it.
No, to me it reminds me of
Maybe not Gothic, but more on the flagship, the carrier.
Reminds me more of like a mix of Protoss and human technology.
Yeah, kind of. It's certainly got the Protoss colors. So, Floof's fleet here, he's got this one big flagship, the Earth. This was the Earth Sorrow. It's a 16,000 P fleet carrier.
Did you print out notes for this? I can just imagine you're like whipping out some papers. Like, yes.
I wrote down the name, but aside from that, I just looked over the fleets before we started. Anyhow,
Lucas.
It's got every type of drones, lots of gunships, lots of bombers, decent number of interceptors,
runway pads,
and some artillery. This one just keeps its range as a carrier should, and launches lots of strike craft.
I don't know how I feel about these little tower doohickeys.
I quite like those towers. I like the aesthetic of the ship a lot, honestly.
Like this is great. This is great.
It looks almost more architectural than ship-like, which is a pretty cool look. It looks like a cathedral almost.
For sure. Church of Flute.
Don't remember what these are called, but they're
asymmetrical.
Yeah, they're like micro carriers with a single gunship launcher, and single gunship launcher, single torpedo. This
tiny little
decommissioned station, I think you called it, which is basically just a distractor, but just kind of rushes in and draws fire.
It has a gun here. Some small guns.
It's very interesting looking.
I can imagine living on one of these things.
This one technically violates the radius limits a little bit, but I let it go because it does, but most of the radius is just empty space. So
isn't it
it's
twice as long as its weight? It still
doesn't... Not quite, but...
this is bigger than 400 range radius?
I think it was like, if you take off one block, it fits, so whatever.
Okay.
Very I let it in. We've got these, which I think they're called the Mercury's Challenge, something like that. They're Gatling assault cannon rushers with
lasers?
I don't know if the laser array is set to point defense or primary fire. I believe it's set to primary fire, so that's actually an offensive laser array.
Taking these little grid patterns. It's like technological animal camo. Yes.
So those are sort of closer ranged rushers. And then we've got the Luna's Sorrow, which is this artillery ship.
It is like, if this is the ship?
It's pretty interesting looking. It's the first ship we've seen with like this sort of round circular design, and this giant cross in the middle. Very neat looking. I know Splinter, you're saying you didn't like this one as much, but I like this ship.
it's okay, I'll get over it.
It's very unique looking with the... I don't know, I'm a fan of this design. And this one brings a lot of armor and a single super heavy artillery cannon.
Actually, I feel like this globe could be transported into this space. I can see that.
All of these, by the way, have AI triggers on them with the rangefinders. They've got a short-range rangefinder at the front and a longer-ranged one at the back. So in theory, how that's supposed to work is that the frontal one gets destroyed, and then the ships back off. We'll see how well that actually works in practice for him, but nonetheless, that appears to be the intent.
Someone was asking about which armors were which. Do you know?
Yeah, do I remember?
Imagine the dark is...
The dark
yellow, I imagine dark beige would be reinforced.
I believe the beige is the light armor. The dark beige is the reinforced, and the gray is the medium hardened armor.
The red armor, I guess.
Yeah, the one that's red by default.
Alright, I'm ready to start. Are you?
Yeah, let's begin.
Oh yeah, here comes asteroids.
Yep.
Whee! It's
very diverse fleet composition on Flute's side, by the way.
Oh yeah, are those plasma spheres?
Yes, he does have a couple of plasma spheres. Nope, no changes to those. Asteroids are janking out a bit. But,
okay, they're attracted to the globe.
So we see Floof's smaller ships starting to close in,
while
the carrier does its thing. Yeah, Floof putting on a very good showing here. You can see the strike craft swarm certainly starting to build up as well from the carrier. Just focusing down one of these ships at a time and burning through them.
This is definitely belonging in a sci-fi movie.
Yeah, and very convincing when there only one ship goes down on Floof's side.
Good job.
I think it's one of the little ones.
There's only one station, it's like one distractor, but...
Yeah. I mean, these little tiny ships are basically distractors as well.
I'm rooting for him to survive until the end of the movie. this guy is definitely just sitting back and relaxing.
Debris. I believe the disruptor ships on Bob's side have a disruptor and point defense and nothing else.
A lot of locusts, though. Are they actually the answer?
There are a lot of locusts, but I think at this point, Bob's fleet just isn't surviving long enough to do their work.
Died. You can't even move fast enough. Ultima Classic Somne Melorum Mundus Configuration. Bloop! 1 takes the victory.
And, sorry, I was distracted for a moment. Someone was asking if they can still submit something, but unfortunately it is too late now.
Is it? Still one more pool. Oh, good.
But, yeah, so we've got now I and Bob up against Skill does not take skill. Skill's coming back with, same as his first tournament submission, these micro-carriers, but this time he's supporting them with a bunch of, close-range rushers, just running a lot of carronades. Those have a lot of DPS, actually.
These are all carronades?
Yeah.
Oh.
They're a little bit light on armor, but, they've got a whole lot of firepower.
Oh, these look like... Carronades fire like this?
Yeah, they fire these singular projectiles that split.
Oh, okay, I see.
They're sabot shells.
I see. Got it.
That's cool. You can see those frag.
Very cool. Do you have to wait for them to detonate to get the full damage out of them? Like if you get too close, they just don't do anything?
If you get too close, they'll detonate in proximity. You can see those ones are in the process of detonating.
Mm-hmm. And these?
But, these are his little micro-carriers. Basically how this fleet is supposed to work, as best as I can tell, is that the, brawlers close in and sort of whittle down enemy armor while keeping them distracted. And the, carriers launch their fighters and gunships and bombers, and, just stay alive behind the brawlers until their swarms can accumulate.
I see, I see. Are we ready?
Yeah. Let's see how this works out.
It's carronade time.
You can see the carronade brawlers getting in range and just shredding one of
bathing them
Iron Bob's ships.
Juicy DPS.
Yeah, these things have a lot of DPS. Joyous, congrats! You made it to the you made it through to the champion pool. It was a 3-way tie in the first pool.
Congrats, Joyous. Things are looking a little bleak for Bob here.
Yeah, Bob's 2 disruptor ships are all he's got left at this point, but they're being hunted down by the strike craft from Skill. And they go down.
Probably not enough. This...
Yeah, he's got some PD, but not enough to deal with this level of strike craft swarm. Especially not with how light his armor is. Yeah, once again we see the carronade rushers from Skill just swarming in and putting tons of DPS.
How do you think Barracuda is going to fare against this?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Skill looks scary.
Skill's fleet is much swarmier. He might be able to get a good surround, and he's got more DPS since he's gone pure carronade. But at the same time, the flagship from Barracuda might be able to make something happen.
FCAT, it's me, the ancient.
If it stays alive. Oh, hey, FCAT. Yeah, sorry you couldn't submit this time. Tournament already started. That's just the rule that I have, is that you can't submit after it starts.
Alright, I'm excited about this one. Ooh, that is...
Ooh, yeah, so this is Lyle's ship. Or Lyle's fleet.
Oh, these are all lights.
These are almost... He has 40 of these ships, almost unarmed, bringing only a single Viper missile launcher.
I see 2 missiles on this.
Yeah, the Viper missile launcher.
Launches 2? Oh, I see in the middle. I got it.
Yeah. But then the centerpiece of his ship, his fleet, which has most of his value,
is got a lucky
nuke
spawn.
ship.
It's in the back.
It is.
Okay, so this is the nuke. Nice.
This is his flagship carrying. It's very lightly armored, but it has a bunch of interceptors for protection against bombers, and a single nuclear artillery cannon.
I think Liao made the mecha army in the last one, right?
He
I thought he was
did,
gonna make another one.
which
He
I liked very
lied.
much. But I
But I
also
like this more.
This.
I like this more, I think. Actually, no, I like both equally.
We've not seen any nuclear artillery brought in before. This is the only one in this tournament, and we didn't see any in the last. So this should be very interesting.
Really dig layouts.
Very cool designs, by the way.
I like how everyone's got a unique design.
Yeah, you can really tell everyone's style apart.
Right. Yeah,
it's
right.
Very nice.
And then they're all like good. It's not like one's better than they're just all good. I love it.
Yeah.
This is very stylistic, supple. All right, we ready?
Yeah. So let's see how this nuke cannon works.
I have bad news for you, Bob. These missiles are probably.
Yeah, Bob does not really have enough point defense to deal with missiles. You see one nuke shot. I think it's out of range, but you'll see it more once it gets once the fleet's closing. You can see the radiation cloud left behind by the nuke. That will actually damage enemy ships.
They're pretty tough and pinky. Oh, there's
one of them getting erased by a nuke.
If not already erased by Viper missiles.
In this case, I don't think the nuke ship's even in range of the rest of Iron Bob's fleet. You can see that
blast
flash.
Is pretty large, though.
Yeah, it's just out of range at this point. But I don't think he even needs it because the Iron Bob just doesn't have. Iron Bob just it still fires.
I think Leof will give everybody else a run for their money too. This looks.
Yeah, this should.
I'm not a carronade believer, so it'll be fun to see if my hunch is proven correct.
We'll see. I do think this will work well against the carronade rushers because the missile ships here can just keep the rushers distracted while the nuke ship does its work.
I like the composition. Like, I considered nukes at one point, but I put kind of shorter range weapons on my distractors, but I think the missiles are pretty strong, actually.
They're not a bad choice.
You can get a lot of alpha damage at the beginning, too.
Unfortunately, even though these are really just the distractors on Lyle's ship fleet,
they're strong in their own right.
Yeah, Iron Bob really doesn't have the kind of point defense needed to deal with all these missiles.
I mean, who has time for PD? PD's
nor the armor to tank them.
Yeah, that is true.
So we are seeing the disruptors taking out a couple of these distractors.
These little dudes that are...
Yeah, he does have PD, just these are a lot of missiles.
Good luck PDing radiation, I guess. That will be harder.
Yeah, we see the radiation clouds just building up. The radiation clouds from the nukes, by the way, we're not seeing it. We're not seeing it come into play here, but those will destroy enemy missiles.
Come into play. All right. So
Barracuda Ace up against Floof.
Barracuda's real challenge is.
I don't know how this one will go.
We're
seeing fleets are starting to close in.
Pretty fast.
Yeah, Floof's decommissioned station is now out.
I mean, I think drones are pretty powerful.
Yeah, Floof's flagship is doing what it should and just sitting back and launching all of its drones. It's pretty much a pure carrier. I think the only one we've seen.
I think drones can beat this flagship.
Yeah, I don't think Barracuda Ace brought much in the way of anti-drone capability. So his only chance here really is to take out the carrier before it can launch too many fighters.
You'll have to scratch this world.
Doesn't look to be happening. Yeah, the Luna's Sorrow from Floof is trading fire with not Lyle's, but Barracuda's.
That glove can really tank a shot from those disruptors.
Yeah, it's got a lot of frontal armor, and although the Luna's Sorrow won't beat flagship by itself, with all these drones, it's got more than enough support.
Right, Joyce? They're so cool.
Yeah, these are both very neat fleets. I like them a lot.
I like how the glove has a frontal spawn, so that's
this time we're seeing the Lunasauro being focused down a little bit more. It is starting to back off. It keeps its range fairly well thanks to the rangefinders, but oh, then again, Floof's distractors are starting to come in.
Yeah, it seems to be getting a flanking position on the Barracuda flagship.
Barracuda's flagship is surrounded, and I think it's going to go down.
These gun stars are definitely good.
Yeah, they're with the assault cannon. They've got a whole lot of DPS.
Got some real contestants.
You know, Barracuda up against skill.
Carronade versus Disruptor.
Yeah, we can see the Carronades just immediately shredding. This is what I was saying. The Carronades have a lot of DPS.
So do nuke launchers, though. But
true.
We'll see. We'll see how.
Barracuda's flagship does not want to be surrounded there. Ooh, yeah, and goes down to the Carronade fire.
I'm kind of scared for the last subpool. If this is what we have now, last subpool's going to be scary for sure.
Yeah, good showing from skill. We haven't seen a lot of sort of swarmy fleets like this before, but he's certainly showing that they can work. These Carronade rushers just surround and output huge amounts of DPS.
Yes, I don't think anybody else tested the fleets in the next pool.
These aren't even incredibly heavily optimized Carronade rushers either, but they're clearly built somewhat for aesthetics.
I mean, I think he's
just immediately taking out the flagship.
I think they're battle tested, right? I've recognized that.
Oh yeah, they're strong. Don't get me wrong. They're pretty powerful.
He is. These whoever's winning in these, they seem so stompy. But I guess after when it's down to the last three, I think that might be even.
Hard counters there. Ooh, so this.
Ooh, the nuke lands.
Yeah. Nuke lands and just one of Barracuda's brawlers stops existing. It is a 16,000 or more than that even.
Yeah, I don't think 5 ships is enough for a nuke launcher and a bunch of...
Yeah, against something like this, I don't think Barracuda's got the composition which will really work here. It is very effective at killing off the distractors, but they are going to buy enough time, I think, for the nuke cannon ship.
I'm smelling a nuke coming in.
Off shots.
Where is it? Oh, there it is.
It fires, I think, once every 12 seconds. Ooh, boom. Just an instant kill, immediately blowing Barracuda's flagship in half.
I don't think they can one-shot, though. He just took a lot of damage already from Viper.
They can one-shot. If it hits from the side, at least.
Oh, I see. Oh, I see. That's right, because the fragments shoot.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, Barracuda's flagship, I don't believe, makes use of the rangefinders to keep its distance, so it gets a lot closer than it really should.
Oh, it's taken out early this time.
Yeah. See, the nukes just... I mean, that's basically what they're for, is just being capital ship killers, and we're seeing them doing that very effectively.
Alright, now we're down to the last 3 strong contenders. I don't know how this is going to go.
Floof up against skill. I have no idea.
I think there's actually too many Carronades in to deal with. But
they're using kind of a similar fleet strategy here with a combination of carriers and close-range brawlers. I don't know which one of these fleets is more effective here.
I mean, Floof is leading on points.
Fighters.
Floof is leading on points, and the only ships he lost were the ones which are not effective at fighting, like the station. Yeah, I mean, although he's losing this one very quickly.
Assault cannon ships are going down. These Carronade rushers are really proving their worth here. But we can see the drone numbers starting to build up on Floof's side.
25
there are
38.
Yeah.
They seem to be distracted.
Points are in Floof's favor a little bit.
This might hurt Floof.
Well, there are a fair number of interceptors from skill side, but Floof also brought his own interceptors.
I think the side armor on this will be the downfall of the...
Yeah, I did notice that the Luna is a bit fragile on both sides.
Oh,
that's
I mean,
it.
it's
the plasma spears snipe it out.
Yeah. This is looking pretty good for Flute now.
So, with all of the distractors on both sides down, basically, it's down to a, or all of the brawlers, rather. It's down to a carrier battle.
Can land on the right spot.
Yeah, I don't think the Luna can really defend against all these bombers. It relies on the, We see there are interceptors coming in from the flagship, but not enough of them.
Alright, now it's time to see what the flagship can really do at close range.
Yeah. Actually, probably not at close range, because all of the close range ships on skill slide are down.
Yeah,
this is purely a carrier battle now.
I got a good feeling about this guy.
I feel like Floof's got the advantage here. Just because Skill's fleet is so spread out, like...
But, I mean, the bombers are starting to get in.
Also seeing that interceptor swarm around Floof's flagship. Like, anytime the bombers or gunships from Skill's side approach, they're just getting sniped out by interceptors.
That's good, that's good. Yeah, because I know that for some pure bomber ships,
you see they're getting, like,
to get
1-2 bomb hits in, and then immediately getting shot down.
Are these carronades on PD ever? I guess it doesn't matter. The fleets the drones are too strong, I think.
Yeah, they're just too many. Carronades do actually make good point defense.
Good job, Floof.
But yeah, Floof putting on a very good showing here. His flagship takes up half his fleet point.
Yeah, I think his...
But good investment,
yeah, everybody else is... It's just part of the show. I think the actual flagship will be very tough to deal with. It's like the boss's final form. It's way stronger than any other form.
MGW says that he thinks Skill would do better with spears than the carronades. I disagree on that personally. The spears use up a lot of energy, and they don't have enough, or they don't have as much DPS per cost compared to the carronades. They do focus their damage better, but I believe Skill would need to use reactors on his brawlers due to the higher energy consumption of plasma spears. Whereas with the carronades, he can run them entirely off the energy generation from the core.
As a carronade non-believer still, I am pleased by Floof's results.
Yeah.
Quite exciting.
Floof's putting on a good showing here. I think it's mostly just comes down to carrier superiority here.
For sure.
Skill does not have any good countermeasures to these,
I mean, are you sure it's on PD? And they don't look like they're
No, I don't think those are on PD.
I think carronade should reach
one
gunships,
thing I forgot to point out, by the way. Yeah, they do. One thing I forgot to point out, by the way, is that 2 of Skill's brawlers are actually refitted with point defense lasers instead.
Oh.
But, so those ones actually stay back in PD, but it's not really enough against this number of
players. Wait, how do these guys have so many points on them? Oh, maybe it's just the shape. Oh no, no, I think you go.
So far, this is looking similar to the last one.
Oh, I don't know. The Luna's actually
a little bit better for Floof because the Luna survived.
Although the
bombers closing in on it. But then again, we do see Floof's interceptors helping cover it.
Oh, here's the core. Wait, this is not symmetrical?
It is. It's
because I see a globe launcher in here, but the core is over there.
The globe launcher is the middle.
Yeah, so it doesn't have 2 cores, right?
No. That's not a core, though.
That's not a core? Oh, you know where the core is? So
yeah, it's right behind the globe launcher.
I see.
Zoom out a bit.
Got it. I'm blind.
Oh yeah, so the bombers that were attacking the Luna have now been cleaned up by Floof's interceptors.
Yeah,
and his own gunships and bombers are just picking off Skill's carriers one by one.
Flagship is doing even better than before. Oh,
yeah.
What a beauty. It's not even scratched? Okay, scratched there, maybe. Oh, this will be a real fight.
Ooh, yeah.
This will be a real fight.
So Floof might actually be able to burn through these distractors here.
I don't know, these missiles are doing work already.
Yeah, he can chance some shots though. He has some PD.
It doesn't really, I don't know.
Not enough to deal with that many missiles, but
I mean, the nukes haven't even
distractors will
landed
draw
yet.
fire.
Like, when the nukes land, it's gonna get really hairy for him, I think.
Yeah. We'll see if this is really a question of whether or not he can kill off the distractors
This'll
in time to
hurt the Luna, I think. Yep.
Yeah, after that blast doing some good damage to the Luna. The nukes don't do a lot of damage at the edges of their blast, but
It does something.
they still do.
It's better than hitting a direct point-blank shot, I think.
Yeah, a point-blank shot, or not a point-blank shot, but a direct shot from a nuke cannon will do a tremendous amount of damage.
Oh, it does? Okay. I always thought those were wasted shots if they didn't explode.
No, they always explode on impact, but the thing with the nuke cannons is that
Or, sorry, I meant pre-prime. I meant before primes. I don't think it does.
Before the shots arm, they do nothing. Or almost nothing.
Yeah.
You can see as the nuke shots are fired, they're initially pink, and then they flash and turn red. That denotes when they arm.
Yep, it's primed.
Okay, that shot's now armed.
Below
that range, when they're still pink, they don't do anything.
Oh.
Did time out before it hits, but that was not a direct hit.
I mean, seeing that there's 25 distractors left, I think that's pretty good for Liv. Leo's getting revenge for a
We do see that Lyle, though, doesn't have any anti-drone. Well, he's got some anti-drone in the form of his interceptors on the flagship. Oh,
I mean, radiation will.
And that was a direct hit from nuke cannon, immediately just taking out Luna's
I think he had already taken a lot of damage prior, so.
Yeah, but he finished him off.
Yeah, he missed it.
And yes, the nuke radiation clouds do weaken drones. It doesn't usually kill them, but it does hurt them.
You think this is gonna land? I think this will be out of range. But
I think
still
it's out of range.
Oh.
Yeah, a little bit of glancing hit, but not much damage. Zooming on the fighters a little bit. There's quite a. Both sides here have a bunch of interceptors.
Oh, I don't watch this. Okay.
Still a little out of range. Ooh, we are seeing. I think Lyolf has more interceptors than Floof does. Like we can see just from the.
Yeah, they're shooting.
Look how many there are.
This will hurt.
Ooh, yeah, that's
there goes most of his.
I think
fleet.
with that shot, I think this is going in Lyolf's favor.
The next shot will end him, I think, if it doesn't time out. 5 seconds left. Oof.
Ooh.
Good job, Lyle.
And just deletes Floof's flagship.
Smell of nukes in the morning and afternoon.
And down goes Earth Swirl.
Wait, did Luna die early? No.
No, it's still alive. Glancing hit. Well, not really glancing hit, but not in direct one.
He's not having.
Did take out most of the thrusters, though.
Yeah, that is not a good time for the people's inhabitants on the Luna station.
It's having a rough day.
Their medical machines are probably in use quite a bit.
As it takes yet another nuclear hit.
Everybody with 10 times increased cancer rates, maybe 1,000 times. Unfortunately.
Yeah, there's going to be some radiation poisoning on that ship.
Not a good time to be a settler in the Floof civilization.
Lots of these distractors going down from on Lyolf's side, but most of Floof's fleet is down. There's the all Floof's got left is the Luna, which is crippled.
And this is
the,
probably going to do a number on it.
Ooh, that might be the kill shot. No, not quite. Out of range.
Yeah, that's going to be the end of it. With 29 ships left, this is not looking good, to say the least.
One thing, yeah, I think this is probably going to go the same way as last time.
You were saying one thing?
One thing I'd comment on is that Lyolf has been pretty smart here with his fleet composition, because the big weakness of the nuke gun, aside from its cost, is that minimum arming range. Below, I think 2,500 range, it does nothing. So if enemies get close to a nuke ship, it's completely helpless.
Well, it has some guns, I guess.
It's got
but
like
yeah,
a
mostly
couple of flak
helpless.
turrets, but its main weapon becomes useless. But with 40 of these missile distractors, they can really screen it and protect it from anything else that might want to get close.
Although they seem to be relaxing a little too much.
Yeah, I did notice that the AI doesn't know how to use them, just due to the thrust replacements.
I mean, I imagine it's because to save money, he has like the whole forward-facing thrust, and once they turn around, they get stranded like turtles on their backs.
I think that's probably it.
I know, I dabbled.
This that looks like that shot.
Hurt.
Not a direct hit, but direct enough.
It is the first of many direct hits.
And Floof's now sitting in a radiation cloud.
This will be the real damage. It's lost its fleet capability.
Yeah. We see just huge interceptor numbers building up.
I mean, this nuke ship is getting scratched pretty heavily, though.
It is getting focused down,
because
but
all the bombers are relaxing.
Look at his interceptors, though, just cleaning up.
But the
like these bombers are literally firing one bomb and then dying.
Congrats, Leo. I think that's enough for a win for sure.
Yeah, that's first time we've seen nuke fleet, and it's performing quite well.
Doing really well. Congrats, representatives of the nuke.
Maybe we'll see more next time.
Good showing. Whereas the Carronade representative, we'll see how well they fare.
We'll see, yeah. Look, he is cleaning up Lyolf's distractors much faster than anything else. We see the DPS of the Carronades just shredding these distractors in seconds.
You want to see
10 of them dead already.
Each individual ship's name? I guess they're probably... It's like one was Luna, one was...
I don't remember all of the ship names in Floof's fleet. The carrier, his big fleet carrier is the Earth's Sorrow. Or, sorry. Shoot, I'm getting them mixed up.
Oh, Leof said he has a Carronade fleet which wins.
I believe the,
I don't know, you're ahead by 8,000 points, and I think... I don't know, just looking at it, these guys look pretty intimidating. I think it's because the PV on skill isn't enough.
One thing to keep in mind here, though, is that most of Lyolf's points are in that flagship, and it doesn't have much defense of its own.
He is losing a bunch
so
of
if these
screens.
distractors go down and the flagship gets focused, you'll see the points even out very, very quickly.
Yeah, for sure. What are these guys using as their weapon?
They're just carriers.
Oh,
yeah.
Carriers.
Little white carriers.
Drones?
What's that?
Does his flagship have defense against drones?
He's got interceptors. Lots of interceptors, actually.
Yeah,
you see them exchanging fire there, but
I
they
can
are
see them flitting in and out.
Yeah, so they're certainly reducing skills numbers, but
I mean,
he's
I
running
think
out of distractors.
Carronades are gone, right?
Yeah, I believe all the Carronade ships on skill side are dead now, but they have done their job.
I think in a carrier fight, I think Leof has the edge. I want to say he has the edge.
Leof has more interceptors, by a lot.
And the nukes don't hurt in a carrier
But that
fight.
said...
Oh, he's taking bombs. If you're taking bombs, then that's
He is taking some bombs. Oh, then again, though, the timer is coming down to the wire here. 25 seconds left.
He has only another...
Leof still is holding on to a points advantage.
Last distractor.
I think the interceptor count on Lyolf's side is too high now.
Oh yeah, they're doing work.
Skill does not have a lot of interceptors of his own. He's got a few, but not that many.
This last distractor is still alive, actually.
But yeah, all of Skill's drones are just being shot down at this point. He can't even finish off the last distractor.
Nice.
And down goes Skill.
Congrats.
Pretty close match, but nonetheless.
Like how Leof declares victory once the last Carronade is gone.
Yeah. Be right back. I'm just gonna go grab some water. My throat is dying a bit.
Now we need you in the game. We still have a gigantic winners bracket to finish it after the next subpool. I'll put this on auto camera for a bit. Actually, no, never mind. Yeah, we'll take a look after this. I think we did check it, but we can check it again after. I imagine it's just going to be a lot of Latin gibberish, to be honest. Yeah, the nuke is very satisfying when it hits, and it's so unsatisfying when it fails. Those feel pretty bad. Yep, the sound spam. I believe Skill doesn't have that many carronade ships left, and then in that case, Leof has a huge advantage.
And I return.
Welcome back. Just in time to see the last moments of Skill's fleet.
Ooh, yeah. Similar.
Better than last round.
Yeah, maybe. Lyolf certainly made a good decision here by putting a lot of interceptors on his flagship. I think Skill would have this otherwise, but with the number of fighters on Lyolf's side, they're just cleaning all these drones. Also helps that the nuke radiation clouds as well are killing off some drones. Yeah.
Kind of look like angry fish.
Yeah, kind of.
And then the big angry nuke fish, I guess.
Angry nuke fish.
Oh, he already
That
went.
reminds me of angry nuke fish. Reminds me of the fleet that Joyce sent into the.
And congrats, Floop and Leo.
Yeah.
If you want to see
congrats,
the
both of you. You're into the champion pool.
Ship names, here they are.
Like Earth Sorrow and I've been calling it Luna's Sorrow. Earth Sorrow and Luna's Wrath are the capital ships from Floof's side.
I think he's missing out on Mars. That might just be a thought. Venus kind of got the short stick on this one, not gonna lie.
Yeah, very, very cool ships in the second pool.
This is a great pool.
Really. Yeah, that was fun. So,
wait,
the...
Yeah, so Floof, I saw Floof as second, but did Skill have the same number of points? Did you see?
Not sure, but since we're doing two... We can check the stream recording anyway.
Yeah.
But, regardless, those two came first, so we'll move them on to the champion pool. Congrats to both of you. And now for the third and final subpool. So, we've got Empirix, Duke, my dear co-host Splinter, and MGW. Oh, before you put them in the tournaments, can we just change asteroid settings?
Sure. What do you want to change it to?
Let's see. What do we feel like?
You want to do normal?
Sure, let's do normal red.
Just going down the road. Nice.
Normal red crystals.
Are we good? Oh, actually, we can take a peek. Locust blimp.
So, third subpool, we've got MGW here with his Hello There battleship and a Locust blimp. We'll take a closer look at those once it starts.
I think we're making some pretty good time. Actually?
Yeah. A lot of pretty short matches.
I don't know, I don't...
Got terrible idea from Duke Slayer.
That looks gigantic.
Yeah, it's a big sphere.
I remember
Sawtooth 2. This is sort of a bigger, more powerful version of his previous 16,000p battleship that we saw from the last tournament.
A lot of mono ships.
Yeah. And Iron Finger Outlands Enforcement Platoon from Splinter himself.
Totally untested, even though I put some triggers in there, so we'll see if they even do anything. Alright, are we ready?
Yeah.
Pretty good.
This is the pool with the most experienced competitors so far, I believe.
The most procrastiniest players. I want to look at this one since I can wrap my head around this guy.
Yeah, so this is the look.
Like
Don't shoot me,
armor?
please. Signs on the side. Yeah, this is all the medium armor. He is requesting not to be shot. We'll see whether Duke respects that request, but I'm thinking no.
Lives up to his name.
Yeah, we'll see how the Locusts... I think this is the first fleet we're seeing making extensive use of Locusts.
8,000p?
7,000, I think. Something like that.
No
No hugs. So, look a little bit upwards on this ship.
Plus.
See this one section here, sort of this L-shaped section with the spikes along it?
Spikes. These?
The one that,
yes,
yeah, see that entire section of hull isn't really connected, except if you look on the outer edge of the ship, there's a little trigger. So basically how this is supposed to work is that if it gets hit from the left-hand side, the port side of the ship, and that thin filament breaks, that chunk of the ship pops out and becomes debris, which may confuse enemy AI.
But it only pops out from one side. Is it a thruster?
Yeah, I don't know. This is such a strange ship. I'm not even sure what to say about this.
This is peak alien technology, guys. This is gonna get killed off by.
This is interesting. I have no idea whether it'll work or not, but we'll see. I would expect no less of MGW.
The autocannon haven. See, what are these?
Barrage missiles. The close-range, short-range missiles.
I guess it's these guys.
I think they might be on point defense.
These are flax.
And then a lot of light artillery. We saw last tournament he brought a battleship which just spammed light artillery cannons. And they have been nerfed significantly since the first tournament, which he did win.
Dude, you think the lights do anything? Conspiracy. Are there lasers on this?
I didn't see any.
Where did all this money go? That's just artillery and...
Yeah, it's just all in artillery.
Too brutal for you. The license plate.
I didn't even see that before.
Right.
That's kind of
I'm glad I caught that just in time.
I am too.
Big capsule shape. So you thought the radius was not going to work?
Yeah, I didn't realize that he... So the way, for anyone who doesn't know, who's just tuning in now, I guess, there are actually two sets of radius rules. There's a smaller radius limit, and then a bigger radius limit, which only applies to ships which are more than twice as long as they are wide.
Did you accidentally use the short radius thing when you?
Yeah, I didn't realize that he qualified for the larger radius, but he does in fact.
God, I'm
just
so
barely
convinced that there's lasers on this, but I'll see it when if it actually exists. Maybe not.
There's so much to look at on the ship.
I'm starting to doubt myself. There's probably no lasers on it. one have lasers on it? No. Okay.
By the way, since last tournament, the light artillery has gained slight buff to damage, but it's half as accurate as it used to be.
That is a lot of blobs.
Yeah, so now we've got Duke with his ship terrible idea.
This, I think blobs have pretty good range, right? This is...
Blobs? Oh, the energy sphere cannons?
Yeah, the energy spheres.
Yeah, they will, I believe, outrange the light artillery.
This looks suspiciously spaced, though. I think Duke is actually going to destroy me now that I look at this.
I don't know.
This is going to do a lot of damage to
He's
me.
carrying a substantial laser array. I'm not sure if it's set to PD or not. Or if it's an offensive laser.
I would
and then
guess
we've got...
not. Maybe split. I don't know.
Just a lot of energy sphere cannons.
That looks actually very scary. I don't know if these locusts are worth the investment, though. I don't know how I feel about this. I feel like...
The locusts should be very good at picking off smaller ships.
That's true. Alright, are we ready? I'm ready.
Yeah.
Okay, I think asteroids are gonna fly in, but that's okay.
Yeah, a little bit.
Locust.
So we see the locusts are landing and beginning to drill in. They are being... Yeah, the flak is trying to kill them.
Oh, there's flak. I don't know. Oh, wait.
Oh, wow.
I was getting...
Wow, that's...
Duke is getting chunked. But these...
Yeah, he's returning the favor, but those light artillery batteries just are really burning through his hull.
They don't think they burn fast enough.
I will say, Duke's ship is not very tough in terms of actual durability.
I think
with that spaced lattice, there's not a lot of actual armor.
Yeah, that's true. I feel like the packets also don't have enough range, so MGW gets a lot of initial shots. And as long as this ship turns, he's not going to land on the board. Although he finally gets it.
He does manage to take that out, but not before he gets just burned through by the artillery spam.
I feel like I have to draw another picture for MGW.
Okay.
This looks very scary.
We've got Sawtooth 2 by Empirix. So this is Empirix bringing, again from last time, his Sawtooth battleship. This is an upgraded version of it using the super heavy artillery cannons. He does have a little line in here. We see once again, returning from last time, the angled torpedo launchers, which did very well for him last tournament.
I wonder if he's trying to take advantage of any green screen shenanigans I might
have.
I
don't know.
Nice
I was wondering about the power.
But I have no green screen shenanigans today.
Yeah.
Oh, one rangefinder. Oh!
Yeah, it's I think 1,500 meters on the rangefinder, so it does try to get close.
What is the radius of this? Okay.
Don't remember. It's within limit, but it's
firing already.
Close to it. And we see the super heavy artillery here is the longest ranged kind. So this is, as far as just pure artillery firepower, Empirix has more than any other submission we've seen so far.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Oh wait, our data is MGW, isn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, that's where all the green crystals went.
Empirix should really be focusing fire on the other ship.
I don't know, this guy.
You can't see the artillery barrages really cutting through that locust blimp.
I mean,
but at the same time, I think he's going to get the kill. But at the same time, we've got MGW's bigger ship on the side.
At what cost?
Yeah.
Empirix, you were supposed to be the chosen one. One distractor is one too many, apparently.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, this angle might be better. Okay.
Ooh, he has killed off the locust blimp.
And he's rotating, which should be good. But if this flak, if this artillery touches his artillery, then that's...
Yeah,
He gets by, and now it's only taking
he's outputting good damage, but at the same time... One thing I will say, though, is that,
he didn't even reach the trigger. Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if he can hit his gun array, then maybe. But this is not a great
reached the trigger, still firing. Doesn't look like the debris has caused any like MGW's debris trigger has caused
I'm
any
gonna
AI
get
shenanigans yet.
Destroyed.
And you know, I'll just let you introduce your own fleet.
No, I want to hear what other people think about it. You can talk about.
All right.
Tell me
Well,
about it.
I haven't looked at this one a whole lot because it was very last minute. We've got a lot of similar looking ships. I believe they're all built on the same chassis. 8 of one kind, 1 of another. These cheaper ones have four plasma packet launchers and some rangefinders for AI control.
You should disqualify MGW for submitting late.
3. Yeah, 3 plasma packet launchers. Looks like they get close and brawl, basically.
3?
3. What am I saying? 4. 4 plasma packet launchers. These ones I think were pretty cheap.
Those
And
frame
then there's
designs.
one more expensive one.
Found them out in the nick of time. Alright.
Where is the more expensive one?
The more expensive one is this dude.
Oh, here. Okay, so it's the more expensive one is a carrier, bringing only bombers, but a lot of bombers.
I had to copy paste. I did not have enough time. And I mean, luckily enough, the
Splinter.
bomber units were like it makes it cool. It makes it look like it's a modular thing, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah,
so it actually
is kind of a neat design.
I mean, I was supposed to put it in like these guys, but then it corrupted. So I was very angry about that, so I had to do
That's
this.
unfortunate.
Okay, this I don't feel good about this. I really don't. All right.
Feel free to add your own commentary on your own fleet, though.
It's okay. I think. Well, I'm not dead yet. I'm not dead yet. I'm not dead yet. Oh, this actually tanks.
Yeah, they're absorbing the artillery fire pretty well.
Those asteroids are tripping me out.
Yeah, I know.
I haven't lost. Okay, I've lost 1. Not the bombers are.
Lots of bombers. That is a lot of bombers.
That is a lot of bombers.
I don't know if
this distractor is too good at its job. What did he feed it?
Yeah, his distractor does very well. It doesn't die easily.
Go in the console and delete his thing. Actually,
Ooh, the carrier is getting just wrecked by artillery fire.
Actually, the carrier's the last guy alive, I think.
What, Splinter, what rangefinder did you put on your carrier?
8,000.
8,000.
I don't think it's working. Nice. Good work, MGW. Too good.
MGW takes it.
He definitely.
Yeah, Joyce,
every minute
MGW is very scary.
That thing, it is not normal. Okay, I was gonna say the 8,000 P ship was useless, but apparently it is like the most annoying part of his fleet.
Zoom in on your ships as well. You can see the locusts cutting in.
Are they?
Yeah.
All I can see is artillery cutting in.
Yeah, I mean, well, there's so much artillery that I think it's kind of overshadowing them, but they are burning through.
Oh wait, I finally get it.
That one in the bottom left got taken out by locusts.
Will I be the first one to break the trigger? I guess.
It broke on Empirix's front as well.
Oh wait, I think I broke it.
It did break. Yeah.
I see. So
it does appear to be working to confuse the eye. Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, and so that's a win against every fleet in this last pool.
Now for the normal ships. Oh, I think Tooth is cutting in way too fast.
Yeah, with the mount. Ooh, that's a lot of energy sphere hits, but they can't really stand up to the focused.
I guess it's just so spaced. Is that light armor? If it's light armor, that explains why it just gets.
I think they both have light armor.
No,
but there's much more focused barrage from Sawtooth. Sawtooth has a lot of firepower.
Good job, Empiric. The laser's slowly cutting. packets are hitting.
Yeah, although the space armor is pretty good at resisting.
Yes, it is pretty strong. It's just the super artillery makes everything look incredibly squishy.
And Pyrrhus has a ton of super heavy artillery.
Yeah, that's probably
also these the space armor that Duke is using here is pretty good against resisting splash damage, which these plasma packets are. You can see the energy spheres as well, like very quickly ripping through these closer range ships from Splinter side. Like literally one volley kills for the most part.
Oh yeah, I believe it. They look.
Energy spheres do have a weakness in that their velocity is very low. So anything with decent mobility can dodge them at range, but when they hit hard.
Definitely a scary pool indeed.
Now
it's down to the last final
carrier. The bombers are putting in good work here. We're seeing a lot of damage from Delta.
Spheres. This guy's not long for this one. Oh, actually, I
don't know. The bombers are putting in good work. We'll see who.
Pretty close. Oh wow!
Just wow! Mutual kill here, but Splinter manages to take it by just a hair's breadth.
Said Duke was gonna win for once. Jinxed him. But I mean, I think Duke can win the other runs. I believe.
Now let's see how the second run goes. This looks like a fight that can go either way, really. Duke doesn't have good defense against bombers, but Splinter doesn't have good defense against energy spheres, so...
I mean, what can you do? I guess besides make something as large as MG should.
Or just not get close to them.
Yeah, I think how Duke has rotated this time, like, it has to dig a new crater, and I don't think that's enough with the...
Maybe, but when it'll turn back toward you once it kills off this target. Lots of bombers, but
where's this ship been this entire time? What the heck?
I don't know. It's just like hanging out off the side or something. Yeah. See if it can buy enough time for the bomber numbers to accumulate more. If it can, then Splinter might be able to get another win here.
Getting some hits. I think this could work. That's a lot of bombers.
Yeah. You can see the bomber numbers have really started to accumulate now. They burn through this armor very quickly.
This guy might eat.
But, and Splinter takes it again, just in time.
Nice try, Duke. You definitely gave me a mini heart attack. Seeing how quickly Sawtooth ripped through Duke, I don't think these guys.
Yeah, although I will say that against a sort of swarmier fleet like this, the super heavy artillery, one of their disadvantages is that they turn very slowly.
I think he has enough to not.
So when surrounded, they don't perform well. That said, the torpedoes.
Well, it survives at least one salvo. Oh, actually, he's turning aside to the main.
Yeah. I will say Sawtooth has no defense really against bombers. So provided the carrier can stay alive on Splinter sides, you could potentially take this.
It's like an allied armor. I didn't see that happen that much though. I mean, it's down to the last bomber, so this is...
Yeah, although the super heavy artillery does have very long range.
How do I arrange that? I can't. Alright,
at maximum range, you can range them. I don't think you're. I think you may have accidentally set something else to primary fire.
Really?
Because the it's not staying at 8K.
I don't.
If it were at 8K, it would be.
I just feel like 8K doesn't work. I feel like I've been lied to. Whoever sold me these rangefinders, the salesman was a liar.
You can. I mean, we saw them on working on Fleet ship. His carrier.
I mean, maybe the scale, sense of scale is warped?
No, it's definitely not at 8K. It would be completely out of range of the artillery.
Oh, maybe these lasers are friendly.
It might be, yeah. It's...
I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think this is going to go in your favor, unfortunately.
Good.
The
I just blame the rangefinders.
Yeah. Faulty equipment.
No, the artillery is too strong.
Yeah. The super heavy artillery are, I think, 1,300 points per gun. They're very expensive, but
Congrats,
yeah.
Empirics and MGW.
And yeah.
Nice try, Dick.
MGW.
I'm glad we had a fair fight. It's always good to see fair fights.
MGW won every single fight in this pool, but Empirics has come close with 2 wins. So let's see now. Oh, hang on a sec.
Now
Debris is give me just a moment. Debris is messaging me. Just
now MGW is gonna wreak havoc on the outside world. Now it's broken containment.
Debris has recolored his fleet and wants to be entered.
Send it over.
Can I do that?
Oh,
he wants to send a recolored version into champion pools.
It to me?
Yeah, send it to Debris. If you're listening here, can you just send it to Splinter?
I think he did and then deleted it.
Oh.
Yeah, send it again, I guess. Got it.
While you're doing that, I'll be back in a sec.
Oh, okay. This is your old color scheme. Is that correct? Let's see how much this is costing. 31.945 Egypt. I will wait for Al to return before starting. See you later, Duke. GG. MGW, is your ship all red armor? Because it looks like it's using the 4x1s. Suspicious. Common block.
Alrighty. Oh, there's the recolored debris ship.
Let me see if that's in my logs. I feel like it's not. Yeah, so do you want to double check to see if we had any ties in the second subpool?
Okay, so the ones that are moving on to champions are Joyous, Cersei, Debris, Floof, Lyolf, Empirics, and MGW.
Is this gonna be in pools format?
This will be... Yeah, I wish I could have done it in bracket format, but the double limb is broken.
Broken? Oh, you mean
Yeah,
for less than 8?
remember we did it last time, and it basically just puts the same fleets against each other repeatedly.
I see.
Okay, Simple.
Hello, Simple.
Good to see ya. We've just done all of the sub-pools. We're about to start Champion Pool.
What the MGWD?
Oh, before I forget, let's change asteroid settings as well.
Sure.
What do we want to go for?
Purple?
Yeah, sure. Let's go, Purple Spiky. Skill, I think the next one I will be... I'm not certain on this yet, but I am probably going to keep the rule set exactly the same for next tournament. We haven't really seen a clear meta emerge at this, with this current rule set, so I think I'll probably run the same one with the exact same rules or very close to.
You know, maybe Locust is an anti-nuke ship, now that I think about it.
Yes, Locusts should do a pretty good job against that.
Oh wait, no, the nuke is not a... it's just a... it's not
well,
a missile. Never mind.
No, but the Locusts themselves can physically obstruct the nuke shot and cause it to detonate early.
Really? Okay. Do you want to start?
Yeah, let me just make sure all is in order. Give me just a moment. Address, free file, appearance, and energy token. Yeah, that looks right. Okay, so welcome to the final champion pool.
Digging the new colors.
Let's get started. Oh, see you, Skill. Glad you could join us for a little while at least. Thanks for the submission.
See you, Skill. Good job.
Okay, so first up, Debris against Joyous.
He has an advantage because of the purple crystals. I'm gonna just all out say that.
Debris we already saw in the we saw this matchup before in the first sub pool, and Debris took it just by virtue of essentially with his massive amount of missile spam was able to take out most of Joyce's ships before they could really get in range, and it looks like the same thing's going to be happening here. Joyce, or rather Debris' ships are probably at the practical upper limit of how fast you can make an IHC ship.
Wait, even using smaller thrusters?
The thrusters are proportionally scaled. They don't, it doesn't matter which sides you use.
Oh, okay.
But he has half of all of his points invested in thrusters, and the other half in missiles. Which is working out pretty well for him.
I'm really curious to see how the Viper nukes fare against MGWs.
Yeah, I would also be interested in seeing how that goes.
Yes, Simple, the asteroids are not real.
Yeah, it's a mod that I've been working on. This is kind of the first time testing it, but it makes asteroids into background objects and gives them some settable decorations. Like these are purple crystals. There are like a whole bunch of different colored crystals you can do in different shapes and stuff. It also makes them a bit more irregular looking instead of the default geometric ones. This one's looking to be pretty much the same as last time. I don't think Joyous realistically has a way of beating this. There's just too much missile firepower, and debris ships are too fast.
You're talking about Floof or Joyous?
Hmm?
You're talking about Floof or Joyous?
Oh, sorry, I was actually tabbed over to the Twitch stream, which is a little bit behind.
I see.
I was just reading commentary there because of the chat lag. But yeah, we've got Floof up against Debris now, which this is not a matchup we've seen before, and Floof definitely has a better shot here because his drones can actually bring firepower at long range. It just depends on whether his carrier can survive long enough. All of Floof's closer range ships are down now. And the carrier's down.
Ooh, got Cord super fast.
Debris has literally no countermeasures against drones at all. So his thing here is just killing off Floof's fleet before he dies, which he has managed to do. Yeah, Floof's carrier, as MGLE was saying, doesn't have that much point defense.
Fast enough to dodge.
Yeah, the station is actually juking missiles surprisingly well.
Nice try.
This one, I think, is going better for Floof. His like closer range brawlers aren't actually dead yet. And his drones are starting to build up.
I think he's gonna die to next zone.
The Luna's Wrath, his armored ship, has gone down, but it survived for long enough to buy the carrier some time.
And it is gonna die.
He is starting to take a lot of damage, though. But at the same time, we are seeing a lot of Debris' missile ships getting killed off.
It's still alive.
But yeah, not quite in time.
So far, so good.
Yeah.
I think this is where
This one should be interesting.
I don't know.
One thing to note is that the nukes here, the radiation clouds that are created by the nuclear explosions, act as very effective point defense.
Yeah, it does clear out some of the missiles.
Missiles cannot actually pass through the radiation clouds. So that may provide some level of protection.
The missiles are starting to land on Debris' site.
Yeah,
sorry about that,
don't
MGW.
know.
It's okay. We'll see plenty of ditches.
So 10 of Lyolf's distractors have gone down now. But for lack
Debris
of
is hitting the corner now.
yeah, for lack of point defense as well, the missiles on Lyolf's side are starting to wear down Debris' ships a bit.
I think they're not moving in unison, so they're just getting picked off one by one.
Yeah, Lyolf's distractors don't really move well. They really cut costs on thrusters.
I don't think the nuke is firing at the moment. Oh no, it just fired one.
It's firing. It's not in range though.
Almost half time.
His flagship doesn't move all that quickly. At least not forward.
This is actually looking pretty good for Debris, I would say.
Yeah, I think Debris' got an edge here at the moment.
Yeah, as good as the clouds.
Ooh, that was a very good
nuke
hit though.
Toasted. Yeah, now he's in nuke range, so now it's swinging back into the altitude.
Nukes are. Oh, and the interceptors are starting to do work as well.
Oh,
That interceptor got it too at first.
Yeah. It's okay, radiation cloud doesn't hurt. Yeah, these interceptors.
Yeah, radiation cloud doesn't have friendly fire. The interceptors are a bit distracted by missiles.
Oh, the main ship's getting hit by missiles.
It
That's
is.
not good at all.
We'll see if any of the distractors can draw fire from it, but
can fire one last snake before going down.
If it gets another nuke off, the radiation will probably cover it for long enough. We'll see if that happens. And direct hit. That's down to one ship left for debris, and the interceptors are swarming it, and I think it's going to go down.
Congrats!
And yeah, MGW, the interceptors are supposed to be doing that. They're not very effective at intercepting missiles, so I deliberately made the missiles too fast for them to really hold target on missiles. Given the choice of attacking missiles or ships, they are supposed to be targeting ships preferentially.
Takes a hit early. So, casual.
Oh, what? Oh, they're bits of lights. Bits of lights, yeah. Yeah, so that was a pretty close first round. We'll see how this pans out this time. The radiation clouds once again providing some pretty good defense against missiles.
Missiles are landing even more on the other side.
Yeah, Lyolf is kind of like casually showering debris and missiles with his distractors. Between all 40 of them, they do actually have a decent number of missiles.
It's juking some of them. It's only some of them. I think it's all about how long it takes for Lyolf's nuke to get into range.
Yeah,
as
pretty
long
much.
as it's not doing any. Once it
Ooh,
starts
we
landing,
did see one of Debris' ships just went down to interceptors.
Yeah, this could have Mr. Lyolf.
Zoom in a little on the bottom left.
It's nothing there.
On
this nuke will
Debris ships.
This nuke first is gonna hit hard.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Didn't quite get the kill, but the interceptors now are swarming those.
That is a Sag. Debris is down to half as many ships.
Zoom in on Debris ships. Yeah, Debris just doesn't have any point defense.
Lost his main ship. I thought I saw some.
Oh wow!
Chunks of it earlier. So where is it?
Ooh.
I mean, the reactor explosion's probably large enough.
Lyolf does still have a lot of interceptors in the air already, though.
This looks really good for Debris.
I don't know if there'll be enough, though.
Yeah, I thought I caught it dying, but yeah, I can't find it anymore. Is the wreckage isn't even there.
Yeah, I think Debris got this.
3 ships to 10 though, and I don't think either of them have PD. There's interceptors counts down to what, 4?
Yeah, the interceptors are still doing good work. I don't think there are enough of them, though. The ones that were in the air probably mostly got shot down by missiles. Yeah, so we're 1 for 1 now. Debris and Lyolf are currently tied. So this is definitely a match that can go either way.
I don't feel optimistic about the spawn. It seems really far back. But then again, you know, maybe it won't die if it's all the way in the back.
Definitely a very close matchup.
Totally expected it to bump into the asteroid. I think in this missile game you don't want to stand out as the nearest ship, because then you give the missile something to group up on. Unless you're good at juking the missiles, like this guy right here.
Yeah, none of the ships in Lyolf's fleet are really capable of dodging missiles effectively.
Maybe you had like 2 ships that could dodge that. I don't know how that would change the nature of the fight.
Maybe. Honestly, I'm not sure anyone's expecting a pure missile fighter fleet.
I don't think that's gonna land.
Nah, it's at range. One of Debris' missile ships has gone down. I'm not sure exactly what. I feel like it was the interceptors, but I'm not sure. I didn't catch what killed it.
Is there some in the area?
There are some in the area. The nuke ship is still not quite in range, but it's getting there.
These guys are not moving, so once he passes this line, he's gonna get gunned down by missiles, I think.
That is a pretty good nuke placement, though. The radiation is going to block a lot of missiles.
He better land this soon.
Yeah, Debris, or Lyolf rather, needs to make something happen here. That is once again another good defensive nuke
I
placement.
think he's now past the protective line of his
But
distractors.
yeah, he might not. Yeah.
Maybe one more shot.
As soon as that radiation cloud expires, he's going to
Oh wait,
get
did he
taken
hit?
out. He did hit, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. There are a lot of interceptors in there, and they are killing off these, but I don't know if they'll be able to finish them off. 30 seconds left.
Oh, did you get one? 2 ships left.
He did get one. I think given enough time, the interceptors would kill these off.
He's also in the radiation.
But there are only 15 seconds left. Yeah.
Very close.
I think Debris got this. There's just not enough time left to make up the points advantage. Good fight, though. That was one of the closest ones we've seen so far.
And then,
so we've got Cersei up against Debris. Yeah, we have seen this before. Ooh, we've got dense asteroid fields this time. I haven't seen too many of these. But once again, we see Cersei's laser ray is cleaning up most of the missiles, while his fighters and bombers just accumulate.
Oh yeah, I think I can only go. Yeah, there's no difference.
Keep it at just like 2 times, yeah.
No, I don't go faster than 2x. Like, it's still.
Yeah, just do 2x.
Alright, Debris. See you later.
Alright, see ya. Thanks thanks for coming. Glad you could make it. And once again, as we saw the first time, there's just overwhelming numbers of bombers. Oh, Debris' not leaving. Okay.
Oh, he's not leaving. Oh, he said...
Oh, he's just saying goodbye to his fleet because they died.
Oh, he said, here I go. I thought it said have to go. Sorry, my vision is getting a little messed up.
Huh, Debris has actually done a lot more damage this time.
What the heck? He broke through the line?
Yeah, I think what happened here was that he just got lucky with the initial spawns, and a lot of his missiles clustered on one side and killed off one of the laser rays early on.
Yeah, that should be enough. Wow, maybe Debris can
he might be able to pull this off.
Yeah,
and he does.
Debris.
If he can immediately take down a lot of Cersei's point defense, he has a chance.
I don't know.
I don't think this one's going to go in his favor, though. It basically relies on laser arrays in the first volley.
Trufa will YouTube. You can visit the Discord, and all the rules should be there.
Yeah, Trufa, I will just stay on the Reassembly Discord and keep an eye on the tournament channel.
Sure, whenever.
They'll all be announced there.
I mean, sometimes I try to sway the fight by saying someone will lose and hoping it goes in the direction, but sadly, Debris has absolutely zero chance of winning this. Absolutely none. He will never be able to. That might actually be true. Well, no, he's taking out a single light artillery, which respawn.
Yeah, I think Cersei's got this one.
Yeah, he's got it pretty strong.
He's killed off a couple of Debris' missile ships, so there just aren't enough missiles left to break through the point defense. Trufa, you would send the ship files to me via private message.
Although
or
the
email,
next
I
one's
guess.
Technically not out yet, so you wouldn't know what's in the next tournament.
I will say right now, though, the rule set is probably going to be the same. We've had a diverse enough array of submissions from this one, but I don't feel any need to change the rule set.
Nice on the one lucky win, though.
Yeah, congrats, congrats.
Okay, now against the real scary guys.
Yes. I feel like Debris has an advantage here, just because Sawtooth can't really catch up to those. He's got a lot of point defense, but I don't see a way for him to actually kill Debris ships.
Oh yeah, Debris digging into it. I don't know if he's digging fast enough, because it's already firing.
It is firing, but ooh, he is landing some hits.
This guy is...
I don't know why that one is confused.
Probably once it got smacked either. If the missiles hit the cannons, Debris can win this, but if it's just landing on armor...
I think Debris is fine.
Yeah, I think he's fine.
He's lost one, but it's not a big deal.
He has a lot of space left.
Trufa, this is purely a single faction tournament. There are no vanilla factions in these, for now, at least.
Alright, you want to see the zoom in? Right here. Okay, let's check.
Yeah, so
that
now
Sawtooth
is
rotate's
crippled.
gonna help him. He's if it exposes
It
the armor
is,
side,
but not enough.
No, I think this... Well, if it exposes the side, then it's not good, but... since Debris is backed into a wall...
He is putting in some good damage. The super heavy artillery does actually have enough range to compete with missiles. But, Empirics, I believe what happened was that it lost thrusters on one side of it, and stopped being able to, move forward.
Yeah, I mean, his thrusters are clustered into these...
Yeah, with
pockets,
the,
right?
thrust replacement, if the thrusters on... Yeah.
But I think it's actually beneficial to do become a spinner, because,
It can be against brawlers. It is, because it'll turn its armored side, like it'll turn away from damage. But against stuff like this, where it needs to be moving forward, it's just going to stall out.
I mean, I don't know. I think he has enough range that he doesn't have to. Like by the time he's lost a pocket, I think he like if he's already not in a good range, then
yeah, maybe.
Anyways.
But yeah, I don't think Empirics will really do anything here.
Debris is actually doing pretty well.
So this should be interesting. Debris against MGW. The Locusts, I think, here are probably going to be the ones that do more damage than the artillery.
I'm not a believer in the Locust.
The light artillery guns from MGW don't really have enough range here. So if anything does...
He's given a light shower, though.
Tiny bit.
Yeah, he can back it.
But if anything does... See, the Locusts here are cutting through, and boom. Which, now we see why he included... Ooh, the Locust ship is moving in, though, and might get taken in.
Yeah,
and it does.
Backwards, he got touched.
So, with that... Locust drones are not really as permanent as other kinds. I don't know what's going on there. Oh, it's because the AI trigger broke. It's confusing the missile AI.
That's what happens?
Interesting.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I see. Yeah, here we go.
Yeah. MGW's debris.
It's gonna lose its trigger very soon, though.
Yeah, but it is falling off.
Is this enough?
I don't know. I don't think there's enough point defense left, though, on MGW's ship to counter these missiles.
It's all about...
So provided that Debris' AI behaves...
This might actually be Debris' win.
Yeah, I think he got this.
Here's your zoom on MGW if you want to see it. Oh wait.
What's up?
It hit the...
Oh, they're hitting the armor.
Oh, this guy's got a good vantage point there.
This is probably going to come down to time.
No, I don't think he...
No, maybe not.
I think it's too confused. I don't think it's gonna...
But yeah, the MGW's like AI jank certainly worked out there, but not quite well enough to...
Congrats, Debris.
Yeah, MGW, assault cannons, I think yours are on PD, but they're effective against drones, but not against missiles.
I think the Locust facing its rear. Well,
I
mean, I guess
Locust,
facing its front,
the Locust chip's going to get killed. Yeah, it's not going to matter here. So, most likely, Debris got this now.
How does he always get the trigger to face the enemy? Is it because of...
It's because of his thrust replacements, I think. The ship angles its side so that the it places the AI trigger in front of it. Which is smart design by MGW.
But I think with just moving around, it will eventually slide off, like what happened in the last game. I mean, it does bait all the...
It's a little bit unpredictable.
Forward. It's all a matter of if this guy takes the bait or not, which he...
I was talking to MGW about it, and I believe what he said is that it stays in place as long as the ship is constantly taking damage. Because the game doesn't recalculate hitboxes until it stops taking damage.
That was a very quick focus.
And the AI trigger is set. Oh, but it's falling off.
Yeah, this might be too much fall off.
I feel like Debris is going to win this.
Yeah, I do too. Yes,
very interesting idea from MGW, though. I will say I'm a bit wary about this kind of AI exploitation. Like, it's very interesting, but has the potential to be OP. I don't know, I'll keep an eye on it. At the moment, it doesn't seem strong enough that I would want to ban it, but we'll see. It is at the very edge of... It's at the very edge of light artillery range. Ooh, but the MGW's AI with turning that side toward the enemy.
If this is the expire point, then I think we have it. Oh wait.
It might be a points win from MGW.
1.5 minutes.
I don't know,
that is a
one
lot
minute?
to carve through, and he doesn't have a guy in the rear, so...
The actual artillery is shooting down
yeah,
one
it's
of the
actually
missiles
clearing
too.
both. Oh, this one. Bottom frog is making it. That's gonna take
Yeah, this is gonna come down to time. I don't know if he's going to be able to make it. He might be able to.
He made it this far.
Like he's cutting pretty far in.
53?
I'm just not sure. Yeah, speeds up to 2 times for now.
I mean, it's only 40 left anyways. It's,
true.
It's
yeah, actually, this is probably, I think Debri's got it. Maybe?
No, there's autocannons.
Autocannons are doing a decent job here.
And something's getting intercepted.
Yeah, the artillery's killing off most of them.
Something's rotated just a little bit, that's all I needed.
Oof, yeah, I
I
think
guess
MGW's got
that
it.
debris getting the flank was what caused him to win the first round. And MGW takes it.
Yep. Wow.
Close. Nice try, debris.
A very interesting matchup.
The only one to get around on the one.
So far, at least. So now we've got Floof up against Joyous. Yeah, we didn't see this one before. Ooh, those torpedoes from Joyce has a lot of torpedoes. You can see that initial volley just wiping out like almost half of Floof's ships.
Hanging in there.
Luna is actually able to take a torpedo salvo though. Like that entire front section is just armor.
Yeah.
So that's doing what it's meant to. Starting to see some drone build-up, which Joyce doesn't have a whole lot of countermeasures against. But I think he's got too many ships left. Yeah, I think he can probably run down Floof.
Yeah, backs up.
It does reverse pretty quickly, so it is keeping out of range of the torpedoes.
If it can start circling around the map, I think Floof has a good chance. Otherwise, if
yeah,
it
quite
backs
possibly.
up, then it's going to eat a lot of energy spheres.
Yeah. Ooh, that's not good for Floof. Yeah. Lots of energy sphere hits right into the side. Ooh.
Not fast enough to outrun his fate.
He is trying to slip away, but Joyce's fleet is quite fast, actually.
Good job. No tail needed.
Indeed. I am Bob. Glad you could make it. Your ships did make it into the tournament. Unfortunately, this is the champion pool right now, and you did not make it. So, which is unfortunate, but thanks for submitting nonetheless. You know, first-time submissions honestly rarely do win their subpools. I'm sure, you know, once you get some more experience playing in tournaments, might be able to make it next time, or if not next time, then in a future tournament.
It's okay. We all get eaten alive by MGW, so we all end in the same spot.
Yeah, unfortunately, neither of our first-time competitors made it out of their subpool, but that's not unexpected. It does take a while to learn how to play tournaments.
You know, I wonder. I feel like the 80 XL helps the L strat work. Like if it was like a 300. Oh, I guess it is Iron Hand. No one's gonna have a good speed regardless.
Yeah. I think Floof's doing a little bit better here.
Yeah.
We'll see if it's enough. He is getting cornered though.
Well, I don't see any.
But he does have a lot of bombers in there.
I don't see any energy spheres.
There are energy spheres coming from Joyce's flagship.
Yeah. I think they're gonna miss.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna hit here. Oh, those ones might. Maybe not.
Traveling pretty quick. Oh.
He's keeping his range pretty effectively.
Oh, man, that's gonna hurt pretty bad.
Ooh, I think Floof's gonna become surrounded.
That is probably gonna end him.
Yeah, that's
Good job, Joyce.
And Joyce takes the match. Okay, Lyolf against Joyous. I feel like Lyolf has an advantage here.
I think Lyolf wins this. Yeah, I don't think...
Joyce's torpedoes will burn through these distractors very quickly, but I don't think quickly enough.
Yeah, if he doesn't have any way to snipe...
Yeah. And be right back.
right for the flagship. This... Oh. Can I hit something? Joyce takes another radiation bath. This one will probably hit this guy directly. That is a bad day. Leof now has about double Joyce's points. I'm expecting the next artillery shot to... Oh, never mind. This will probably kill off most ships. Yeah, Joyce is now down to 2 ships. The Mako and the torpedo ship. With 1 minute left and about 12 more destructors to deal with. Yeah, just in time to see Joyce's last ship get nuked.
Ooh, yeah. Kaboom. Very good showing from Lyle. This is, I think, only his 2nd time participating in the tournament.
Wait, his mechs or the first time? That's
yeah.
Actually, a really good fleet already.
Yeah, no, I've been quite impressed with Lyle's missions. I don't think he's new to Reassembly as a whole, but he is new to tournaments. And yes, MGW, I missed your comment there, but the gunships are buffed since last tourney. They have, I think, about 30% HP buff, something like that.
I still feel like they have less presence than bombers and interceptors. That's just me, maybe.
Ooh, that was that's destroyer just
here?
erased.
Oh yes, only the underlying asteroid was.
Yeah. MGW, that was Lyle's fleet. Yeah. From the last tournament.
Yeah, it's left. I think he's using the same color scheme too.
Yep.
Like reddish, grayish, greenish.
Looks like this one's gonna go same as last round. Just, yeah. Most of his distractors are dead, but he is very effectively nuking Joyce to death. That's another destroyer down.
Yeah, with 1.5 minutes left, that's a lot of nukes at his disposal.
Let's see if this one lands.
I'll slow it down for dramatic. I think it might survive. I think it'll survive.
Don't know about that. I say it doesn't.
I mean, that's a pretty valid guess.
We'll see.
That.
It did. No, it's dead.
That's a very sad ship.
What ship? Where? I don't see a ship.
I see like some bombers. Or is that gunships? I think gunships.
Yeah, those are gunships. He's got like a handful of gunships. I think only 4 of them. But with how many interceptors Lyle has, they're not going to do anything.
Congrats, Lyle.
Okay. So we've got Cersei up against Joyous. We did see this match last time.
I think Joyous won.
Yeah, I believe Joyous managed to just
like
surround and kill. Yeah. That's how we ended up with the 3-way tie in the first pool.
That's always good. Nice to see a
yeah.
3-way tie. Although Cersei would probably not be happy to see these energy spheres cutting into his...
Cersei's battleship is very powerful, but against a torpedo-heavy, sort of large rusher fleet like this, it just gets surrounded and swarmed to death.
You seen any breach charges yet? I guess they haven't gotten close.
Yeah.
This guy might shoot one.
Maybe if it can get them on target.
I think breach charges might need a buff. That was a very sad...
They might. I'm reluctant to, though, just because they can be pretty strong under the right circumstances.
Strong enough to beat MGW, though? I heavily doubt it.
I will
don't
say
think
that,
they cut enough into big ships.
I mean, it depends how many you use.
I think it's going to take forever. I mean, especially if they don't swarm the right spot. I think that's the problem with them.
Yeah, that is the thing.
If they don't swarm the right spot, then it's just kind of like wasted.
I will say that the purpose of them is not really to kill big ships by themselves.
Kill small, medium ships.
They're-
I guess
they're-
they one-shot medium small ships.
Yeah, they're meant to kill off... Oh, look at that hit from the back.
That probably took out all
That's
his
completely...
power.
It's completely crippled, Cersei. His reactors are all destroyed.
You guys have any? Congrats, Joyce. Very decisive.
But yeah, the role of breaching charges is to kill or cripple small to medium ships, but against large ships, it's really more to just take off large chunks of armor, so that other stuff can get killed.
I feel like so many other weapons can satisfy that job too. Like
They can. It's just they're just cheaper than other weapons for that. I think this goes similarly to Cersei's. This fleet from Joyce is very
Joyce has a lot of
anti-battleship.
DPS.
Yeah. Like torpedoes really are probably the strongest anti-battleship weapon in all of IHC. That's really what they're built for. And Joyous has a ton of them.
Oh yeah, they're doing work. Congrats.
I think about half of Joyce's total fleet budget is just in torpedo launches.
Really? Oh, okay.
Empirix has a decent amount of point defense, but not enough to counter that many.
Where is this point defense?
It's hard to see among the green.
Oh, so whatever flak is.
Yeah, you can see the flat clouds going up
I
though.
see some
They are swatting away a lot of torpedoes, but yeah,
That
they're
was
just
really
too many.
fast. Wow,
To
good
get
job,
surrounded and
Alright, for the true display of torpedo
I don't know
power,
how this will go.
I can take a gander. I'm curious though to see what the torpedoes do against the
The trigger has been activated.
Although torpedoes don't really care, right? Because they're just, they go straight.
Yeah, they turn a little bit, but not
Oh,
very
the
well.
breach
Not
charge
very
is
much.
cutting through the elk.
Some torpedo hits from the far side here. Ooh,
I mean, he's taking a lot of damage to
torpedoes
his,
might actually take down the
artillery.
main weapons here of MGW's ship. If they do, then I
down
think
to
he'll
4
take
ships
this.
left though, and his flagship is gone.
Yeah,
I think MGW takes this.
I think
Too
you're
much
right, yeah.
DPS.
Yep.
And it's like the gun on a stick is a really strong archetype. I used to run those a lot with farmers.
Yeah, I think this is possible for Joyce to win, but
But
we'll see if he can hold on. I think MGW has an
He
advantage.
needs like
here.
every breach charge to hit critical components. Although, I mean, he took out a good chunk of the
Or a
real
torpedo
armor.
hit. A torpedo hit against MGW's artillery cluster or energy sphere hits, which we
What
might
is
see
his
here.
flag
Actually.
firing at? I was firing at the distractors.
Ooh,
I
hang
think,
on.
yeah,
Zoom in a
his,
bit. The energy spheres are taking out the artillery.
his artillery's still alive though, but now he's on the main
Oh, yeah.
core. I think this is
I think
Joyce
Joyce has got this one.
The L's gone. 4 ships
Energy
left.
sphere is going right into the core now.
This one might take it. You better hurry it up, because he's got 3 ships left.
Yep, that one's dead. It's just down to the locusts now.
Locust? Oh, I don't.
I do think
Locust is still a strong ship in its own right.
it is. I think Joyce has enough flak to deal with the locusts though. Flak is pretty good against locusts, and his flagship does have good duty.
It's all about. I wonder if this guy has breach charges left. I think so.
Yeah, they fired, I think.
I mean, they reload,
they're used. What's
I thought
that?
they reload really slowly.
Extremely slowly. They need to be completely out of combat for, I think, 40 seconds or minutes or something like that.
I think it goes. He already has a point lead regardless, so.
Yeah, no, Joyce is
the
definitely
laser
got
is gonna
this.
get.
I
At least
don't
gonna
see that.
burn up the text.
Yeah, unfortunately that don't shoot me sign is not yeah.
Or maybe sharks cannot
It's not
read
being
English.
that is very possible.
What happened to the breach charge ship? Oh, it's right here. There you
I think it got picked off.
go. No, it's
Maybe not, no, it's still on.
that is gonna be wood for Joyce. Wow, congrats.
Yeah, looks like it. Congrats, Joyce. You're now the second person to take a win off MGW. Second? Yeah, I think it's the second. We'll see if he can do it again. We are 1 for 1.
Yeah, I think Luke is cool. Imagine if that was 8,000 rifle missiles. That would. I mean, maybe it would not distract as much then. If he has a direct hit on these artillery guns.
Yeah, torpedoes. A torpedo volley to the artillery.
I don't think these are facing the right
but
way.
Flagship's down though.
Oh.
From Joyce.
Close.
Yeah, I think
It was not
MGW's
meant
got
to
it.
be.
Alas.
Nice try.
Yeah. Good attempt though. That he did take one round off. Which, considering how strong MGW's fleet is pretty impressive, honestly. We did see this one before, and Lyle took it the first time.
Yeah, it's definitely it's only 10 seconds in, and it's looking quite difficult for. Oh yeah, the irradiated Luna colonists. Yep, they had.
Indeed.
I'll speed it up to 2x.
Sure. Yeah, this one definitely.
Doing some work though, but this is well.
Definitely feels like Lyle's got an advantage here. Between the nuking and his large number of interceptors to counter Fluke's strike craft,
I mean,
think
carriers should eat away at these distractors, but there's still 30 at least of them. So, and then he's down to the last 2 ships. So
yeah, Floof's strike craft are also being just picked off by interceptors. You can see sort of up in the northerly area.
Yeah, the radiation helps.
Yeah, the radiation also whittles them down.
I think this should at least cause a lot of suffering to the colonists on board.
You can take out some drones too.
Next artillery hit is close. I mean, next nuke hit, yep, it's coming.
Yeah, I believe it's going to 12 seconds, maybe? 12 or 15, something like that. Actually, no, I think it's like 15.
Oh wait, it's still what?
It is.
I mean, if you can call this living, but whoever is in here has been
It is alive on technicality.
It is now dead on technicality as well.
Indeed. Yeah, MGW internal autocannons like that. Yeah, that does make sense for killing off locusts. should definitely help protect your core against them.
To answer that question, I'm too busy using bombers instead of locusts, so that's why I didn't worry too much about the locusts. Although, yeah, I was thinking, oh yeah, since Owl told me there's a lot of newcomers, I guess I'll make an easy aesthetic fleet. I mean, I could still take down Duke somehow, so I guess it wasn't technically that easy.
This pretty much looks like it's going the same way as last time, I think.
Next nuke will probably do some massive damage.
It's just
I think
a range,
this might kill, right? No.
This one kill.
It's living on technicality.
That looks to be right on target. And
hanger
doesn't kill it, but there's not much of that shit left.
This one will. Congrats, Leof. You're speed running through all the 4 ships. Bob Molinis.
And yeah, MGW, I can see that you've taken greater precautions than last time against bombers with your assault cannon point defense and greater rear armor.
And a sign. Yes, that's actually all about the sign.
And a sign.
But if the sign gets killed, then its protective powers falter.
Floof is maybe doing a little bit better this time.
I think nukes might not care about the L sign. Or the L block. I have a feeling.
Yeah, probably.
I think at one point I was going to use 2 nuke cannons on a kiter. But I didn't have enough distractors to back it up, I don't think.
Yeah. Yeah, the nuke cannons definitely need support to really work effectively.
I think I mean, I don't want to. I'm not going to copy MGWs, but I imagine MGW's chassis, but armed with nuke cannons. I mean, maybe it might not be good at killing small things.
I don't know. It might be interesting, but it would die to anything that got close to it, though.
What would get close to it? Oh, I guess like the torps.
Yeah, because the minimum range on the nukes.
That is true. I guess the AK, you can create a lot of large buffer ships, maybe? I can see that. AK can go a long way towards making distractors.
Yeah, maybe.
Sir, that's at least, I guess at the very minimum, what, 50 ships? If you had some really cheaper ones.
Yeah, those probably won't last very long. But
I don't know, Thrust is pretty cheap on HC, I think, right?
Yeah, somewhat. Floof is doing a little bit better here, but I don't think it's
He is
enough.
on the last ship and he's in nuke range, so
yeah.
Whatever gets launched next, this is going to probably take out the innards, and then the next 2 will kill, I think. Oh, he dodges. He will live a little bit longer.
Yeah, oh, he's out of bombers. They're all being shot down now.
Oh, yeah, especially with the cloud right in front of his face. This will probably kill his hanger. Oh, they're still alive. He's having a slightly worse day.
Nukes have pretty steep fall off. Like, they do much more damage if they're
this is gonna do full damage.
Close to. Yeah.
Oh, his
and
hanger's
that.
he lost half his hanger. Oh, and then some missiles.
No, you know
Congrats.
what? Finish it off. Probably missiles. I think the splash damage from the nuke crippled as well. Oh, this should be interesting. Sorzai against Floof.
I
So
don't
the
think he has
laser
enough
ray-
drone protection.
He has all these lasers on point defense though.
Oh, he has a lot of flak.
And flak, yeah.
Wait, Cersei lost against Joyous, right?
Cersei
Yeah,
did lose
she has too
choice,
many
yeah.
rushers. Yeah, that's right. They just blink and then
This is something that he is better equipped to deal with, though.
He's running out of space, though. And there's 5 ships left. Really laggy. Venus ships.
6 ships.
This guy's getting... doesn't even have a chance to fire off.
Yeah, I think the only one... I think only Floof's capital ships can really tank this artillery.
I don't know. I don't think Cersei can tank that much artillery.
Yeah, like, only temporarily.
I mean, he's wasting
the Luna's Wrath is getting in there with its,
oh, it's in spear range, I think.
Firepower. But it's being taken out by, Cersei's bombers. And
this exposed on the side, this might not be good.
Let's see.
Oh,
okay.
he took care of Luna.
That's
1v1. Verified maybe? These bombers might... Oh, it's got a little bit of armor left.
Yeah, his interceptors are doing a pretty good job as well. Like Cersei's got.
Yeah, Cersei's PD is top notch, so there's a chance.
Cersei literally has every type of PD. He has flak, he has interceptors, he has lasers.
Does he have
I think he has got a few autocannons as well.
Looks like Cersei's fighters are fighting back.
Yeah.
I think Cersei wins this.
I think what's happening here is just that Cersei's interceptors are overwhelming Floofs.
I think the lasers definitely
the lasers
do a number on them. I mean, lasers can burn actual ships, so imagine what they can do to
Floof also only has, I think, a total of 5 interceptors in the entire fleet.
I mean, Cersei looks like he's got the full might of 32,000 P at
Oh
his
yeah,
disposal.
Cersei's saying in chat that he was training against the Chernobog, the default fleet carrier.
Oh yeah, that one has
which
a lot of missiles.
Actually,
it's all barrage missiles.
That's the drone spammer. But that's a pretty similar design to Floof's carrier, actually. It's just like a bigger version of that.
I see.
So yeah, if he can beat that, then he can definitely counter Floof's.
Yeah.
I will say it's nice to see a battleship submission like this, which has actually brought sufficient amounts of anti-fighter capabilities. A lot of the big weakness of a lot of the battleships we've seen so far are that they can't defend against bombers.
Yeah, lasers are.
But this one's got it.
Did you nerf lasers at all? I don't think so. Right?
Nope, no changes to lasers.
Well,
they feel like they're in a good spot to me. And yeah, as for say, the default fleet carrier is the Chernobog. It's named after I believe it's the god of bad fortune in Slavic mythology.
Ooh, that's a fancy one. Say Trinabog?
Yeah.
Sounds like a country name. Trinidad, but not quite. The swampy version of Trinidad.
Yes,
Tobago.
Black God, as mentioned. What is his title? This is gonna go the same way, I think. Once again, the Iron Sleeves battleship from Cersei has too much point defense, too many interceptors, and it's just going to overwhelm Roofs.
Nice. Nice try, please.
Yeah, very good showing from Cersei. This will be interesting. I think this one is going to, like, Empirics can certainly brawl down all of Floof's close range ships.
Close range,
yeah. He has a massive amount of artillery firepower. Like none of Floof's ships will stand up against this. So this is probably the next one that hits it though, and the torpedoes too. I think what this comes down to though is whether or not Floof's main carrier, the Earth Sorrow, can kite Empirics. If he can stay out of range.
I think he still win out one points.
Well, if he can win on kills, because the I don't think Empirics has a lot of anti-bomb.
The flex?
He does have a decent amount of flak actually. While flak isn't that effective against bombers, he does have a whole lot of it, so maybe. Debris says he has to go. See you, Debris. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for your submission. Video will be up soonish.
Someday.
Don't know when exactly. Probably in like 1 or 2 days from now.
I don't think this guy's gonna kite.
Yeah, I don't think Floof can stay out of range.
Very close.
Especially with the range on the super heavy artillery.
And how fast the Sawtooth is.
Yeah, the Sawtooth actually has pretty good forward Oh, but the bombers sniped it from behind.
What?
Floof took round 1.
I did not.
Just barely in time, but does manage to actually take it.
Sitting behind?
Yeah, the bombers sniped out the generators, caused a reactor breach, and blew up the core. Joyce, or not Joyce, but rather Empirics is a little bit light on his rear armor, so if the bombers manage to cut through that, yeah.
Well, we'll see if we can repeat the same performance, and so I can get a camera lock on it this time around.
Look at that heavy artillery though, just cutting through the Luna's Wrath. Just one barrage almost kills it.
Yeah,
Such a huge amount of artillery. Yeah, 2 volleys cut it right in half.
Like
That's a
Death Star vent right here, I guess.
Yeah, pretty much. It's the critical weak spot. We'll see if Floof can pull this off again, though. I think Empirics is in a bit of a better position. Although that's it,
so
he's lost a lot of thrusters.
And bait this guy forwards. I think that's how they got the angle.
Empirics' thrusters are almost destroyed, though. He doesn't have much speed to catch up anymore. Oh, but it's okay.
I missed both of them. God.
This is a close one.
Like eyes here and up
Crawling
there.
down like, yeah, I could see it. I could see it.
Yeah, more like a dragon. Maybe.
I will say I quite like the overall shape of Empirics' ship.
I wonder what the IHC landscape would look like with stacking allowed. Probably a lot of concentrated artillery in one spot.
I'm thinking concentrated laser arrays. That was the main point of it, actually.
I don't know. Lasers are, I mean, one unit things are kind of.
If you stack them in one spot.
Yeah, but I find stacking 1x1 squares a big pain compared to like, you know, if you have like a 5x5 block, that's like super easy.
But yeah, I don't know. A lot of the balance here is based on the size of blocks. I wouldn't want to allow stacking.
So plus they think that okay, this might have been.
Yeah, if those reactors go down, it's probably.
What reactors already died?
Didn't actually destroy the core.
I think it's just there you go. I think it's just like a legitimate takedown.
And Floof takes it.
Congrats, Floof.
Ooh, so now he's up against MGW. I feel like MGW's got the advantage here.
I think so too. The station is got some plot armor, not enough to...
Yeah, I don't think the AI trigger is going to really come into play a lot here, but even like I don't it'll activate, but I don't think it'll matter a lot.
Luna's gonna have a bad day, real.
That? I don't know, actually.
I guess MTW is helping clean out.
Oh, the locusts are cutting into Luna. Zoom in on Luna. It might die with locusts.
It's getting hit by...
It's got locusts on foot. Yep, dead to locusts.
It's down to the last ship. I think Locust will get better.
Yeah, he doesn't have a lot of defense on his carrier. And locusts. I think one of them probably clipped a little bit. They do have slight clipping.
I see.
No, unfortunately, there's not a lot I can do about that. But I found that it was a minor enough effect that it doesn't change the.
Set half of your RDs to PD, but I guess you don't really need to. Doing good stuff.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
I mean, you did get taken out by missiles. The missiles just got straight.
Yeah, the locusts went through.
Well, no, I mean one of his other losses against debris. He just let.
Oh yeah, the missiles cut through.
I imagine with even a quarter of these.
Ooh, the locust ship I think is going to go down. Maybe not.
Oh, actually, this gunship.
It's running away. It might be able to survive. That's.
It's really
I don't know. Floof might have a chance here actually if he can kill off the locust ship.
He's down to one. I don't.
Yeah, the locust ship is down.
Locust, yeah.
So that's all of MGW's offensive DPS against him.
The L trigger is totally gone. So
yeah, he does have the assault cannon point defense, which is quite effective against bombers. But against this many,
out of range.
Yeah, with this many, I don't think it's enough.
Yeah, I think we're gonna
Floof can probably wear him down. Yep, one of the cannons is down. Second cannon is about to go. Yeah, okay. All of the ranged point defense from
trigger
MGW
is just
is down.
asking for a hug, like, because they can't see it, they have to get around it. So, I mean, that's okay because he caused all kiters to bomb rush it, but after you lose no trigger,
and Floof takes this round.
Congrats, Floof. Good job.
Nice. Yeah, MGW, I don't think your no hug sign is working. I don't know. Everyone's very
asking for hugs. It's like psychology, right? You tell people not to do something, it's not to happen. I think if he put Locust on his main, I wonder if that would have changed.
I will note, by the way, Floof does have a couple of Locusts as well on his carrier. Not very many. I think it only has like 4. But I did notice in the last one thing that they do help to do. There aren't enough of them to actually kill, but they do keep PD occupied, which keeps his bombers alive for longer.
Did anybody use a lot for Arch?
A lot of submissions used some, but there weren't any that used a large number.
This is for Locust, and as long as
I'm feeling like I think Floof's got this.
Yeah, could be he's already the third one to get around, and maybe the first to get 2. Is there 1.5 minutes? 5-point difference.
Yeah, I don't see MGW realistically. The AI trigger is debris trigger is actually messing with the gunship AI.
I mean, he's gonna shoot it down eventually.
But
so.
yeah, it's not gonna last forever.
And then drones scale exceptionally well in this kind of situation.
Yeah.
The trigger is
It's mostly destroyed at this point. I'll think in MGW still does have points leads.
I mean, yeah, that's all.
Can I hold it? I don't know. You can see the assault cannons set to point defense are actually killing off the bombers.
I feel like the bombers are just running into this armor and that's...
Yeah, it's because it's such a long ship. Yeah, it's... MGW might actually be able to take this.
Yeah, I think last time he just had a better angle. This angle's not as...
Just purely on points here.
MGW might survive another one.
I guess so. Yeah, there've been a lot of matches where MGW loses one round, but
yeah, but I think that's due to
barely edges
bad
out
luck,
two.
and I think in the average case, he still takes it very nice.
Yep, MGW takes it.
Can this man be stopped? No.
Okay, so we've got Lyle up against Cersei now.
He's gonna get nuked. Eventually.
Yeah, most likely.
Well, where's his main? Oh, it's all the way back here.
That said, not Lyle, but Cersei's ship does like to keep its distance, so if it can do that successfully, it might be able to just stay out of nuke range. Not sure.
I really doubt it.
I do think Lyle has an advantage here, but I don't think Cersei is going to be able to clean up these distractors in time. Maybe, but probably not.
I mean, even if he did clear out the distractors in time, I think that would just make the battleship get into nuke range.
The battleship can survive a couple of nuke hits. But it will only win if it's down to just the nuke ship left.
No, I feel like the nuke ship... Oh, I mean, does Cersei have a large fleet? Oh, he does have a reasonable fleet.
I'm gonna grab some water. Be right back.
Yeah, nuke ship is pretty good against, especially if with the L block resulting in missing armor. That's... Well, if the nuke hits head on. I have a good feeling about the nuke ship doing damage to MGW. The nuke ship has finally gotten into range, so we'll start seeing stuff happen. It's got 1 minute left. Actually, the nuke ship is taking damage. This is really good for Cersei. And like less than 1,000 points left on Leof's side. Cersei doesn't throw this. It's the last ship. Cersei takes it. This time the nuke ship is a little closer, so I don't know if that changes anything. I think this might be better for Leof. We'll see.
Oh wow, Cersei took round one?
Yeah, the
nice.
Nuke ship got instantly destroyed when the fleet, when the drones looked at it the wrong way.
Ah, yes.
So I think the name of the game here is to have enough of these distractors to survive as it gets into nuke range, but if the distractors die too quick, and then the nuke ship becomes a target, then it doesn't last very long.
Yeah, that seems about right.
I think Leof has a better chance in this one, but we'll see. Yeah, the nuke ship was just landing a couple nukes too as it was dying, so he was off by like a handful of seconds.
And yeah, the nuke radiation, I see MGW is talking about it in the chat, but the radiation clouds from the nuke may actually be able to take out the light artillery on his ship. That'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, MGW, the Sporex is just for in name only. Totally 64. Yep.
Yeah, there's too much going on here for the game to actually run at fast speed.
Now it's backed up into a corner. Now it's Nuker's game to win. I see 1, 2, 3, 4 distractors to hold the line, and once they're out, then the nuke ship is in a whole lot of trouble. Armed and
that was a nice hit.
There's a light hit. Next one's probably gonna land direct.
Still
He's down
took a lot of
to
points
3
off.
or 4 distractors. Once this guy dies.
Oh, let's see this nuke. Let's take a look at this right down the middle. That's painful.
No, I think the nuke ship loses this.
Ooh, but the nuke ship is getting focused now, yeah.
It's run out of time. It could probably get one more shot off.
The bombers.
I don't think it's enough.
Yeah. No, it survived.
I mean, it's all about what gets taken out.
Yeah, I think this is Cersei's game.
Cannons? Yeah, these guys have been dilly-dallying too much.
Yeah, now the drones, all of the interceptors from Lyle's fleet were on the nuke ship.
These are more than enough to hunt down the remaining.
So, yeah, without those, the drones will just clean up.
Congrats.
Nice. Yeah, very nice ship from Cersei.
Alright, now it's time to see if Sawtooth is vulnerable.
Yeah. Let's see.
I'm gonna say. Oh wait, where's the nuke ship?
Nuke ship is way at the back.
Yeah,
I think this is a good spawn for the Lyle.
I think Sawtooth doesn't like to go backwards very much, and that might be its.
No, Sawtooth's rangefinder is I think 1500, so it's pretty tries to engage pretty close.
Yeah, nukes are gonna be a lot more effective this time. It's toasted up. Next one coming right up. This will probably take a huge chunk out of it.
Sawtooth strikes me very much as a sort of a duelist battleship. It's very good. It's very powerful one-on-one against enemy battleships.
Well, it has to be a ship that wants to fight it directly.
Yeah.
If it's hiding behind distractors and taking pot shots.
It's extremely good at killing enemy capital ships if it can get into a situation where it's fighting them one-on-one, but it's not very flexible.
And also the attacks to the rear.
Yeah. And nuked.
I think that's radiation death, right?
No, that was interceptors.
Wow, that's what a forward spawn. Might be more fair. It's back in.
Well, now the backward thrusters on the nuke ship are actually being useful.
Now. He is eating some of these guys for breakfast, but
oh yeah, like
the turning speed is...
artillery barrages are generally taking out like 2 of these per volley. It kills one and then just like cuts through and hits the next one too.
It does have to take some time to turn, and every second spent is a second loading up the artillery cannon.
Yep. You can tank a fair number of nuke hits, but not enough.
Yeah, that's way too many distractors to dig through. He's got a hard road ahead of him. This might start chipping out the last of his front armor. Fire. If this little tip can take the artillery shot, then that'll be good for him, but I don't think so.
It's not good. Yeah.
What HP?
Quite a bit. They're scale 10 blocks. So.
I mean, oh, he still has a lot of distractors.
They're quite splash resistant.
This might start
killing. That's took out half his weapons.
He's still one-shotting them with volleys, so maybe he didn't even need that many cannons. At least in this situation.
Oh yeah, the amount of artillery he has is massive overkill against distractors like this.
Congrats, Leo. That is a solid victory. And now into the ringer.
I have no idea who will win this.
I wonder how good Lucas is.
The Locusts, I think, will be very effective against Lyolf's distractors.
Expiration is probably not good. This is looking. I think this is good for Lyolf.
I feel like Lyolf has an advantage. I'm not sure, but that's the impression I get.
Full Locust functionality. Where's the nuke? Nuke is here. Yeah. So
one thing I will say is I buffed the HP of the actual Locust launchers since they have to be externally mounted.
Oh, really?
And that does help them resist nuke splash a little bit as well.
It's pretty fast though. It seems to be outrunning
me. Yeah. I think now with it being so far back though, it means the nukes are going to target the main ship.
Yeah, the main ship. He's got a while to go.
I'm not sure if that's a good or a bad thing.
I mean, I think this is down to if the Locust. I don't think the main ship can kill the big ship. I think it'd be down to the Locust to kill it. And the nuke's starting to work its way through. 2.25 minutes left.
Yeah, the Locust ship has to survive here. Otherwise, I don't think MGW can kill the nuker.
Lyolf does have a point.
Ooh, that's a good nuke hit right by the artillery. Yeah, took out some of them. Not all of them, but took out a few. If it gets another shot in that area,
I don't know if this changes the math. He's running low on distractors though.
He's at half.
1, 2, 3. I think it's the distractors which are in front of the nuke ship which matter. The ones behind it.
Let's see. Let me just see what. Yeah, that's fine. That nuke hit was not quite as good as the last one.
He's taking artillery damage, actually. He better clear out the...
Yeah, his ship is not sitting as far away as it should be.
Looks like he also got it ripped off by the range.
Oh, I think it's because of the AI trigger.
Oh, there goes the artillery cannon, and MGW can breathe a sigh of relief. I think he has this in the bag.
Yep.
Do you have a 16,000 rangefinder we can use now?
No, I might increase the rangefinders actually. I might add some longer range ones. Yeah, so first round I think is definitely, you can probably just press enter. There's not really a chance. More speed.
I think Leo deserves to see.
Yeah, the Locust Surge is going to finish this off. We'll see if that happens in the next round, though. I think this is certainly winnable for Lyolf.
I don't know. Watching him walk right into the artillery.
It depends on the angle. I think it depends on the angle of the AI trigger. I believe what happened there was that it got confused by the MGW's AI trigger, and that's what caused it to close into artillery range.
I can see
Not certain, but I think that's what happens.
That's gonna pop the AI trigger for sure.
Yeah.
Where's his... Okay, so he's got this angle.
The ship is up at the north. I think that's a better angle for him. probably the angle he wants.
I mean, he actually has direct fire and a lot of distractors in the way, so this buys him plenty of time. If he can now get a direct hit on the artillery, that's good.
Yeah, it took out not all of them, but that's probably half of. Yeah, that's probably half of MGW's weaponry down.
Great start.
If he can get another shot in that same spot, I think he's got it.
Leo has this. I'm gonna jinx him, but I'm gonna say I think he's got it.
Let's see where the next shot lands. Looking good.
Hit something early?
I think one of the I don't know what it hit exactly. But it hit something. Maybe a bit of debris or a missile or something. Oh yeah, it could have been locusts intercepting it.
I guess the locusts are getting burned up.
But nonetheless, I still think Lyle's still got a strong advantage in this round.
5, 6, 7.
That's probably going to take off the front of MGW ship, actually.
I think it's separated
cuts it in half.
Almost double points then. Locusts are busy taking away the south distractors. This artillery will...
Lyle's also got a points lead there.
It's actually trying to get away. I also don't know if this debris will block the AI targeting.
Maybe temporarily. It doesn't really matter at this point though, because the points are in Lyle's favor as well.
Does MGW regenerate that quickly? I guess with the missiles hitting it, it might.
Yeah, the missiles will suppress regen.
Oh, that actually clipped the debris and hits him nonetheless. Wow, what a shot.
Yeah, the artillery, the nuclear artillery does not immediately trigger on impact. It has some piercing.
I think MGW gets some reprieve as his old debris blocks at least a shot.
Yeah,
ring around the
it's
rosy
a few seconds at least.
Debris.
But as soon as he comes... Oh, actually, now that's targeting the other ship. Oh, but also blocked by the... Actually, that's blocked by the, yeah. The AI.
Okay, MGW is actually getting into range.
And mute.
That
main ship is down.
Disappeared. Yep, now it's... I don't know, Locust can do a lot of damage and with only 2 distractors left.
Once again, we are 1-1.
He's on the precipice.
This is not as good a spawn for Lyle, I don't think. But... I don't know.
Actually, I think it's...
Actually,
okay.
maybe.
I think it's okay, because there's no distractors behind us, so that means he gets to use full use of his distractors.
Yeah, the AI trigger is better positioned for MGW.
Yeah,
but,
it's on the... and the artillery's on the opposite side, but it is rotating, so...
Yeah.
I think if this connects, then that's good for Leo, because that means the next will hit. But if it detonates early, I don't know how long it's going to take to... I think it's an even match. I'm looking forward to the conclusion of this season finale. No, they're still Pricks versus MGW. It's rotating now, so...
If it stays in that position, the next nuke might take out the artillery. No,
I think it might just hit the rear.
Well, that's fine too.
Rotating. I mean, it might bisect it again.
Well, it destroyed the no HUD sign, which was clearly the most important part.
Yeah. Now it's over.
Truly a crippling blow.
I don't know. Leop is down to like about a third of his fleet. So if he's gonna do damage, he better hurry up. Hurry up.
Let's see.
I don't know if this actually is.
It's probably the closest round we've had so far.
mean, he's lost about half his weapons, maybe? No, a third, maybe. This will definitely cost.
Almost all of MGW's weapons are down. But he does still have the locusts.
There's 1 minute left, and 16,000, 21,000 points? Oh, okay, that.
Yep, so that's one ship down. Now it's just the locust.
Now it's looking
just the locust blue.
Really good. Well, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 ships left.
Another nuke coming in.
If they die, these locusts will destroy the...
I will say, as many of the locusts as he has,
this is gonna be
it's
really
worth
close.
keeping in mind that Lyle's interceptors are helping clean up the locusts and keeping their numbers down a little bit.
He's down to the last distractor, though. There's this.
21 seconds.
Very close.
There's a chance that the locusts can finish it off.
One more shot.
One more nuke will do it.
Alright, I'll put this in slow so I can see that.
He is, his interceptors are falling back to protect him. And does it. Lyle is the first one to beat MGW. Congrats on that.
He's actually in the lead, I think.
He is.
Tied with Debris.
So this one I think goes to Empirix, is my guess.
Yeah,
this is what I was saying about Sawtooth being kind of a dedicated anti-capital ship killer. Like this is
speed
what it's built for.
Blockable shots, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, Cersei is chewing away, but Empirix is chewing away constantly.
Like
I, for
that amount of artillery
am
is
happy
just...
with our new Leof Overlord.
Look at that.
I still like how everybody's styles are. It's like MGW is like scary, nightmarish quirkiness. Duke has some quirkiness, but his looks extremely practical. And then
no, they're very distinctive design styles between each of these competitors. It's quite nice to see.
Leof is disqualified for not making a second mecha army like he said he would. I still remember that.
I did like his mecha.
And then we can totally disqualify MGW for being that. Imagine that if you had a last to submit, like automatically gets. I guess no one would submit.
Oh, MGW cut it so close. I was like a hair's breadth from just saying you're too late.
I'm glad he's in. It was a cool design.
Yeah, I am too. Like he showed me a preview of it and he was like, I really want to have this in.
Oh, okay. I guess if you showed me a preview, I would have said, yeah, let it in.
Yeah, I thought it was really cool and I wanted to include it, but
it's very cool.
I was like, you're an hour late.
It's okay.
But he had managed to get it in time, so no harm done.
If you have Splinter as a side host, then you have a little bit of protection.
Well, this might be interesting actually, because the Cersei's battleship is capable of kiting the
but however he kites on is dependent on how much space he has left.
Yeah, he might actually die to locusts. I'm not sure. Although he does have a lot of point defense.
I think he.
And never mind, the locust launchers are the locust ships.
Oh wait, the locust can.
They can do a little bit of damage, but they get killed quite quickly.
And the locust.
But I think the locust ship itself is going to die. Yeah.
I mean, he's almost in light artillery range. This last locust swarm. I don't think it's gonna cut it. He still has so much armor left, and he's regenerating too.
Yeah, Cersei might just be able to stay at range and pick off MGW.
Yeah, MGW's not moving at all. Oh, he moved a little bit.
The AI trigger is activated, but I don't know if it'll do anything here.
I mean, it's thrusting forwards, little by little. 1.5 minutes left. All good, MGW. That's the only way we can beat you, is if you have no time remaining. That's the only way he can be beaten.
Hey, I announced these things a month in advance.
We did, and I did cause a extra week delay, so. But,
yeah, that's fine. My initial timeline's always tentative.
I think this is pretty good for Cersei, actually. Whoever sold him rangefinders get a raise.
Yep, his ship is doing what it should.
How?
I think this is going to be Cersei win.
His little thruster pattern looks really cool.
Yeah, he's got an interesting thruster
like
configuration.
Dance pad.
It's all the scale 1 thrusters.
See, look at that. They're like little designs on them.
Yeah. It's pretty cool looking, actually.
watching little thruster patterns instead of the last 20
It does
seconds.
look like the it does look like one of those dance stages.
Yeah, right?
It's pretty cool.
About firing the thing. Where's the blimp corpse?
It's dead now. It was in front of it, but it got taken apart.
Like saying MGW, I think if you used half your artillery attacks on a nuke launcher, I think things would be different.
I disagree. The what's it with the? Well, I don't know. I think against like for example, who was it? Joyce with his torpedo rusher fleet. That would have killed off MGW if he were using a nuke launcher or a nuke cannon.
I mean, it's only. I said I think he has enough money to get one, but not completely change the identity of this ship. And the nukes do okay damage, anyways.
Oh no, I mean if they get within minimum range.
Oh, that's right. You meant the minimum range. Got it.
Because Joyce's ships, like the minimum range is big.
I mean, I don't know. The minimum range might be the length of a ship. So if you put the artillery,
no, it's definitely not. I deliberately set the radius limit so that you can do that.
Wait, what is the primer range?
I think 2,500.
Yeah, that's definitely enough. Radius is doubled.
The only time you could do it is if you put it right on the back of a max radius ship.
I disagree, right? You said the radius limit is about 1,400, right?
Yes.
Then that means you have a diameter of 2,800, and if the primer range is like 2,000-ish,
yeah. The thing is, though, it's possible if you put it right at the back, but then you get it within min range only at the very front of the ship.
I don't think he
like anywhere.
I think a lot of ships. I think a lot of ships keep like about 1,000 distance. Like anybody who's close, like I don't think he has to worry about anybody who's at 0 distance away from him. Like these will.
Oh no! What I'm saying though is that if he gets flanked, though, it only works at the front.
I think he only got flanked once this entire tournament by that one debris ship, but that's because the L block baited it forwards and somehow it snuck past.
Yes, Cersei looks to be taking this once again.
Yeah. Sure. I'll speed it up probably. Watch dance pad.
I'm not sure there's too much to comment on here. Cersei just has the proper countermeasure to this sort of thing. He just keeps distance at tights.
There's plenty of distance remaining.
Which is,
I mean, maybe MGW could just put like 3 bomber things on it and like. No, actually, no. There's no PD on this to deal with.
He's got PD and interceptor, so he'll be fine. Yeah. Good job, Cersei.
And this one we've seen before.
This one I believe we saw before. We'll see if it goes the same way again. But last time Impurix's ship got distracted against the Locust ship. Ooh, this one is looking better for him.
Yeah, he's. Well, I mean,
if he manages to get his second salvo in,
if he can make the L block.
Oh, but it's turning now.
I mean, oh, these locusts are. They look.
Yeah, the locusts are cutting in. The flak does clean them up, but they get a good chunk of the way in before that happens.
I think the flak gets shot up or something. I don't see any.
No, the flak is killing them, but they burrow pretty far.
Rearwards.
Yeah.
Very decisive victory. I wonder if this is going to be a three-way tie actually with 4 wins. Or, actually, no, maybe MTW wins? I think so.
I don't know.
I thought Leof was at the front for a bit.
Impurix does get a long way through MGW's armor. But,
not long. I mean, MGW has to just rotate a little bit, and all that work is undone. Oh wait, this is. You still got a while.
No, but most of Impurix's guns are gone.
Yeah, this is the last minute moments of the tournament.
Indeed.
4-4-4?
Yeah, so we've ended with a 4-way tie here.